Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice. First off, the check about how the sound is right now, because I'm just going to continue to talk about this for a moment while we figure that out. Nideko has bestowed upon us multiple blessings, one of which is that he came all the way to The Hague here to put his sound design and producing skills to work for this beautiful stream, and was busy here with Charlie to basically optimize some sound settings. So some things might have changed. We hope for the better. If not, please let us know in chat. But like I said, he has bestowed upon us multiple blessings. The other one being a assortment of beautiful, let's call them syrups that
Syrups that knock you down and make you dizzy.
right, those ones that have let's just say
They're very tasty.
very very good, very good.
They're very, very nice.
I'm looking over at like the stash that Nideko has left here for us.
We're going to drink it all tonight.
Oh, and Nideko also says music not cutting out so much better. So hell yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
Us.
But Nideko is not the only one that has bestowed upon us with blessings, because we also still have the beautiful candles that we are being able to smell and also provide a little bit of coziness and ambience, so to
Oh,
speak,
that's too high.
Yeah,
from
it's nice.
from Amunra, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
And
complaining
speaking
about
of
me.
Amura-
My
Yes.
feet.
You were complaining about my feet,
No.
bitch.
Was it?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were.
Oh, nice.
And speaking of Amunra, Crystal,
I'm not sure if I can show them on the stream.
you can,
Well,
you
you
can,
could-
yeah, you can hold them a little bit.
Fred about to
Hold on to
scammer.
this
Yeah.
one.
Or
Or that one.
Right.
Or the...
So many choices. So many
Look
choices.
how pretty.
It's so pretty. Like, guys, look.
Look.
It is
It's
like
got
the
gold.
sky
It's
is
got
in
gold
the
dust in it.
It is so pretty. Don't put
But
it
what
back
are
up
they,
in it.
Crystal? Are these just the dice
No.
that Amunra has bought?
No,
here?
these are dice for Olam. It's my pretty die.
Beautiful, specific Olam dice.
Does it have whiskers?
I'm sure.
Whisker.
I'm sure it's.
But
in
I
there
hardly even know.
somewhere. No, but in my mind, right?
But they are made from 100% cat. So
Oh,
You
nice.
just
Yeah.
fart.
No.
so yeah, Amunra, thank you so much for the gifts that you have bestowed upon this table as well. They are very much. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
And another one right over there.
Look, pretty gray and white edge dice, but also metal ones. They're so heavy. Oh, when I was rolling them in at home, I already rolled 2 natural 20s with these, and they're so pretty, and I love them. Thank you, Dean.
Those were the natural 20s for tonight.
And
I'm only gonna get natural ones.
I didn't
And
roll
those natural
these
20s also broke a couple of tiles in her room. So
There, first
There,
of all.
sorry.
And no, because I rolled it on a towel to be safe.
hey, very good, very good.
yet. So your towel's
Alright.
broken now?
So, and speaking of gifts, because we all of us have gathered here today on the table, Crystal was so kind to help us print out all of the different item cards. So, let's see here. From now on, me as your beautiful game master would like all of you to basically keep all of your items and such like right here at the table. Up until now, we had like a shared like thread in Discord where we kept track of all of the different things that we have. But now that we are actually here physically, we can have them physically here. And in so doing, you might not forget, for example, that one of you is also still holding a staff of healing.
This guy.
That guy?
That asshole. He takes all the staff.
No,
no.
you don't trust this guy when you stop eating.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But Olam, as the somewhat more animalistic of the bunch, the cloak of the hound is yours. The horn of the bull, because you would like to shout to different people, goes to Crowan. The Omni Scales
My
goes to
necklace.
Jack, who was wearing the hat of the Magi, who was wearing a very stylish
I think no.
hat of Magi.
No, he had this.
Wasn't
You had a tiara or something. No, you had the HR. You did.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
not.
fits Tarush's sense of fashion. I had mind over matter.
I also have a beautiful staff of healing then. Like, who is going to use a staff of healing?
Pretty sure I non-dips that one because I don't want
Yeah?
to be the healer.
What are the stats?
Yeah, she doesn't want to be.
Staff of healing is basically, you would have guessed it, a staff that allows you to cast the heal spell. As the roguish of the bunch, a beautiful dagger of venom to you. I have some blocking bracers. There you go. The conducting gauntlet and the brooch of the lawless can be passed on to Tarush over there. A demon mask to make you even more scary, and indeed mind over matter that also goes to Tarush. Now, these are just pieces of paper. I have also brought with me two different kinds of ways to keep them. I have for you these nice little like sleeves for magic cards that you can use them for. So you could have like a small little map of all your magic items, but folder also good. But you can also just sleeve them one at a piece and just have like a small little deck of magic cards. So I have brought with me a assortment of random sleeves that I had lying around. So there you go. And is there anyone that would like a nice little binder thingy? Yeah? There you go.
Folder, I already know her.
Oh wait, you
yeah.
can laugh at mine, so fuck you, man.
Yeah, because mine was excellent, yours was
Tarush, what would be your favorite way? Would you like to have individual sleeves, or would you like to have like binder folder thingies?
Oh, you're looking at me. No, I
Yeah.
have my gaming Tupperware box.
In that case, I would want to ask you to put on some individual sleeves, because those will keep them in check, and it's also like it gives it just a little bit more weight, a little bit more like making it an actual item.
There's an eyelash in mine. You can't get it
yeah.
out.
I imagine I'll be selling the
Oh, wait,
staff of healing first chance I get.
Well, but for now,
will you?
it is yours.
Just a little.
So you can right over there.
I mean, if it's for arcane users, then I can't steal it. So
I am afraid. Well, honestly, can you use a staff? I don't think so.
no, not an arcane user.
There's no skill called use
No.
magic items, I don't think you can.
No. Too bad.
Last,
All right.
Not last.
Could you have me some of those, please?
Yes. Here, take a sleeve.
Whole random
Jesus.
bunch of them that I
See,
just
had
grabbed from home.
completely frickin' forgot about these, and they're pretty useful.
Yeah, they are. They are. There you go. And it actually makes it a little bit more like substantial to have all these items with you.
They were these were given to me before I started my medication.
Oh,
So
that's fair.
I
Yeah.
did not remember ever having these, and I'm gonna have to buy a folder now.
All right. So from now on, all the items that you will get bestowed upon to you will be in physical form.
Yes.
But we'll also, of course, have a digitalized version to show you on the battle map, so that the viewers can also enjoy them. But yeah, make sure to keep track of all of your items, because that power will be very necessary in this upcoming Owlbear hunt.
You didn't make a page for Final Judgment, did you, right?
No. For those items, because they are like a little bit like the actual attack items, because they are very modular. Like you can put all of the runes on them and such. They would be way too. What do you say? Yeah, they would change way too much all over the time, and all of those things for attacks would also be put on your character sheet. So all of the effects would already be on your character sheet. So there's not really a way to forget those easily. So yeah, so this is more for like all of those miscellaneous items that have special uses, so that you don't forget what kind of tricks you all have up your sleeves.
Oh, sleepy tricks.
All right. So, looking over at our producer over there, if all of your items are at the ready, shall we play a game? And we're back. So, to jump into tonight's game. Last we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, were traveling south. In the wintry days of this season, you were tasked with hunting a feral herd of owlbears that now, just before they would enter into their hibernation sleep, would basically do the 3 Fs: fighting, feeding, and fucking before then. And in so doing, they have gathered within the Van Wyck woodlands. You have traveled here on behest of the noble house known as Thorncleft, aboard their sky ship known as the Razorleaf. So hell yeah, the heroes of Farwater are most certainly traveling in style. You have also, with the expertise of Jack, have ascertained how you could take down these owlbears for the noble house. All of you are not only wearing nice little winter clothes to keep you warm in this barren, leafless forest land, but all of you also have a set of earmuffs that can protect you against the screeching attacks of owlbears, if need be. And you have also brought bait, as half a dozen different goats are being herded together with all of you. As soon as you left the Razorleaf, you began to track all of the owlbears, or at least a small group of them, for to battle an entire herd of them would be a little bit difficult.
It would hurt us.
They would hurt you indeed, yes. But all of you are also still keeping your eyes open for that one real prize that Tarush and Jack bargained for, and that is if you would be able to find the owlbear matriarch within this herd and take it down, or her down, then that would be a pretty penny.
Mama bear.
So, traveling through the Van Wyck woodlands, tracking the first signs of owlbears that you found, it seemed that you weren't completely alone, as after a couple of hours of travel, a somewhat crazy-looking hermit made himself known. Going by the name of Evan, he walked up to you and began to basically bargain with you for your combat prowess. He, being a simple man, a little bit of a druidic alchemist kind of type, was wearing a long cloak made with all different kinds of owlbear feathers and wearing different necklaces and bracelets with owlbear beaks, claws, and the like. He asked you if by any chance he would be able to bargain with you, seeming as you were very clearly hunting these beasts. If he would be allowed to take up the remnants that had been dropped behind in exchange for basically your protection, that would be a nice little endeavor. And in exchange, he would help you track these beasts and make sure that you would find them easily and unharmed. Agreeing to these terms, all of you, together with the 6 goats, are traveling through the Van Wyck woodlands, getting slowly but surely closer to your inevitable quarry. So,
By the way, yes, did we ask him to track owlbears or track the matriarch? Because now that I think of it, maybe we should ask him, do you know where the matriarch is? Point us there.
well, for now, you guys were still following the tracks of what you thought to be like multiple, but hard to estimate how many exactly. It did seem like a small group of them, owlbears through these woods. So as you guys are tracking these beasts, you take a couple of steps back and get close to this weird human-looking fellow. Like halfway through his 40s or perhaps even in his 50s, the wilds have certainly weathered his face. Like stringy brown hair, walking over a little bit hunched, a little bit crazy eyes going towards you as you come a little bit closer, almost like sniffing you as a dog. What would you like to ask, Evan?
So Evan, right?
Yeah.
We're looking mostly for the matriarch and maybe her pack. Do you know where we can find her? Is it the pack we're following now, or is it another one?
Oh, you would be interested in the actual matriarch? Hmm?
Yes.
That would be a very ferocious fight even for the likes of you with those shiny trinket tickets. But Perhaps. Up until now, I was just following this herd itself, not really being specific. But I have indeed seen trails of what seems to be the matriarch. He once again gets like his large satchel out, and as he opens it up, you once again see this beautiful embroidery of this large white flower that you remembered to be like sort of a part of not this guild, but this group of not lowlife, but like normal folk, like normal individuals that keep an eye out on each other.
Yeah.
Known as the Friends of the White Sage. And as this apparent friend of the White Sage is rummaging through, Evan eventually gets out like this beautiful, almost black, but like in the little bit of light that catches through the trees, you can see that it is a very, very dark blue coloration. Like almost 2 feet long, this one gigantic feather.
Okay.
Yes, it does indeed seem that a matriarch is on this earth.
The one we're tracking now.
Well, this exemplary piece, and he like claws himself onto your shoulder a little bit as he is walking with you. It's you may decide if this is creepy or not. He puts it towards you. Yes, this is part of the tracking that I had found just recently, and it is most definitely part of a matriarch.
Okay, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I did ask you where the matriarch was. Can you tell me where?
Specifically, I do not have any ID just yet, but what would it be worth to the likes of you?
Well, it would make sense to me. You like trinkets, right?
The owlbear is one of many different capable creatures of nature. Many parts of it can be used for all kinds of trinkets.
So I suppose the matriarch trinket would be even more worth to you, right?
Indeed.
So show us the matriarch. We kill the matriarch. You get trinkets.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Huh? It's common sense. 22, I think. Double checking. Yes, 22.
Very well. Then, with a 22, Evan thinks to himself for a moment, like, you can not hear murmur, but like his mouth is moving almost as if he's talking to himself without actual words, like clasping his wooden staff, topped off by what seems to be like the broken off beak of an owlbear, like just like pip, against the wood with a couple of owlbear feathers around it. Yes, quite. Yes. It does indeed sound like a good endeavor. Yes. But if we wish to find the matriarch, that would be difficult, because it is most certainly trying to be mated with by many different males. And if you would wish to fight it in the heart of the herd, that would be very bad, very bad. Much bloodshed, much death. For you, I mean.
Well,
So,
in that case, perhaps Edge's expertise could be put to use.
what expertise does he speak of?
Many males trying to mate with
I'm just fucking glaring daggers at him.
Or
Are
you can use the
Are you the matriarch of this pack? Then?
Yes.
I see.
Yes, I am.
That is because that explains why your horns are larger than the others. Oh, interesting.
Going like gives Edge like a look. Really? Like, seriously. What?
It's okay if he's fucking full of shit around new people, but I can't.
You're better than him.
Am I?
You would want to. I don't know.
look into a mirror and ask that again.
Yeah, Crowan, at least we're self-aware of it.
At least we know we're dicks.
I don't.
This side of the
That's
table
because
is
you're
just
not a
better
kid.
people.
Yeah. Better person.
You're just better people.
While it is very good to know that you are the matriarch, it would not really help, I think, with the finding and slaying of the matriarch of the Owlbears, do you have things that we could do to lure it away, perhaps?
The other poachers. We can use them to lure the matriarch away. They get killed by the matriarch, and then we just have to kill that beaten up matriarch.
We didn't bring them with us, did we?
No, but we can lure them towards her. Maybe.
I like the way you think, Jack, but we already made a deal with this esteemed person.
Esteemed gentleman.
He blinks, but like one eye at a time.
That he will attempt to distract the poachers as much as possible, and we will be making our way towards the owlbears in the meantime. Correct?
Yes, that was our normal deal if we would find them, yes, but these other poachers, can they perhaps also help slay the matriarch?
We would prefer to have them as uninvolved as possible. If we do manage to cross paths with them, there will be violent consequences, I imagine.
That would be very difficult, and in that case, if I would find them, then I will surely push them into the other direction.
What are our options scouting-wise? Because I would rather, before we formulate a plan, actually know what the situation is with the matriarch. So can Nox communicate with you directly, like actually form sentences?
The mate.
No, I'm talking to Itch now.
Oh, sorry.
Can Nox actually tell you what he sees?
A sort of telepathic bond.
So if we could, in theory, when we know we're close, send Nox forward to describe the situation.
Depending
On
on
Will be a bit
how
extra.
forested the area is. If they're in an open area,
yeah,
clear
that would
plain,
be a problem.
there wouldn't be enough trees for Nox to scout ahead, and he would be an easy prey.
How big of a bird can you summon?
How big do you want them?
That's carry a monkey.
I could, but that would waste a bird that we can use in fighting.
How long can you summon a bird?
I believe for a hot minute.
Is it really strong?
I can make it really strong. I can make it just a little bird. I can make a big bird. I
Could
can
it
make big
carry
birds.
me?
I can make a hippogriff. So yeah, it would work. Stuff can.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, weren't you flew on hippogriff? before?
No,
No, I wanted to buy one, but they said I
so-
We'll
couldn't.
buy one later.
Oh,
Yes,
but-
I
Have
want.
more money. Yes.
I really-
Scouting wise, Nox can get in the trees, and if there's an open area, then Nox can see into the open area from the woodlands. He doesn't have to go into the open area.
Yeah, we should definitely want to ask Nox to get into the open area.
Apologies. I do not understand. What exactly will we be scouting for?
The situation. We can make a plan now. but
How
if we
many
don't know-
albergs there are? If it seems that the matriarch is among them, that sort of.
Very
idea.
well, but I imagine as tiny as Nox is, one amongst us might be better for scouting out, for sneaking in, taking a downwind approach.
Well, I think Nox would work quite well as well. I mean, he only has to parlay a few bits of information. The amount of owlbears, if the matriarch is there, and maybe like some surroundings. I think a monkey can do that.
Then I say we have discussed this for far longer than we actually need to. Nox will scout, we will move.
Yeah.
Let us go.
Wait, I have a question for Evan.
Yes.
You wanted parts from the owlbear. Do you want one specific part that I have to focus to get off?
No, every part of the owlbear is very precious to me.
Do you have one owlbear that you really want to have something
I
of?
think you may have misunderstood the nature of our deal. He shall scavenge whatever falls off.
I know.
We shall not try to damage the bodies, the carcasses, beyond what is necessary.
Well, she
I
can
know.
try to blow an arm off.
Yes, I can focus on one arm while I'm killing.
Yes, but do understand that he's not, with all due respect, he's not paying us. The people on the ship are.
I still don't really.
Well,
You
we
can
do.
you can focus on an arm.
If
I
you
would.
if you want
I
if
do
you want
not
food,
understand payment.
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't do.
if
It's
you
a
want food,
convoluted way of trade. It's a hard way to trade.
We're still walking while we're talking.
More
by the way.
steps instead of I give you this and you give me that. There are several steps in between.
It is like a happy color, and you give it to another, and they will give you something back. You can't just grab it. I didn't know, but now you know too. They won't like it when you are in the city.
Trade with multiple steps, you say.
And colors. There are more colors.
At that, Evan begins to rummage through his satchel for a little bit, like rummaging through some notes, and goes, I believe I may be of service for both our sides. There is the matriarch. She will be coveted by many different males, but there are other females, and in this time of year, the smell that they produce, it drives the males wild. If we could find a female owlbear, I could perhaps make the scent concentrated so we can lure away the males.
Like located pheromones.
Oh.
That's quite smart.
I also have
Do you
another
also
idea.
smell like that?
Not like that per se, but
No.
No?
it's not mating season for me.
Do you have the knowledge required to cut this gland out of the carcass?
I think he means
Glad-
by magic.
If the owlbear, if we could find and you could kill a female owlbear, I can harvest the scent and make a like this, and he pulls out the stink bomb once again. But instead of repulsive, it will be very, very attractive to males.
I understand. That was not my question. Do you have the precise knowledge you need to cut out the proper glands?
It will gland. I can make it with the dead female. Yes.
Good.
May I suggest maybe another idea? We could do that, but maybe we will attract too much that we want. If we just want to kill the matriarch, we could just first find it, then summon a delivery system to drop the sting bomb we just bought on the matriarch, repelling the other owlbears. Then the matriarch is on its own.
Make the matriarch repulsive.
Yeah.
could do that too.
I do believe that you didn't already.
No,
did you
you
trade Sting
traded,
Bomb already?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay,
You're
perfect.
fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't completely sure.
I have standing +1 stink bomb.
There you go.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah, we were still walking while we were
I'm
talking.
gonna send Nox ahead in the direction that the track's been leading us.
With the bird?
All right. So,
No,
but
just on his own, just
are we?
tops.
Because what the tracks that you are following right now seems to be a small group of normal-sized owlbears.
Yeah.
This will not be where the matriarch is. Are you going to just search for the matriarch, or are you also going to kill these some bitches?
I
we
was
need- yeah, we
planning on
need-
first finding the matriarch, yes.
No, we need both. So
Yeah, we need both, but the priority is the matriarch, right? That's
Jack.
a big bonus.
I'm sure you know the best. Would killing the matriarch disperse the rest of the owlbears?
Oh.
well, as hierarchy goes, if you cut off the top, it kind of falls apart. But you can also see it this way: if we hunt down these owlbears first, then if the matriarch would be in trouble and would call upon owlbears, then there wouldn't be such a big following. Able to.
Yeah. Let's just hunt and kill as many as we can find.
Sorry, it's really difficult to talk like this because I hear myself 3 times. My bad.
I say we just hunt whatever owlbears we come across.
You can put off.
One is so precise.
Oh,
so,
shit.
like, I need to. Otherwise, I'm gonna be very, very loud.
Anyway, so we'll just kill whatever we come across. We then kill the matriarch, whatever.
Let's kill whatever owlbears we come across. Let's not rampage the whole forest.
We're not going to
It
put
was
it on fire.
implied.
Just kidding. I
Alright.
don't like forest.
Cool.
No, yeah, Cronin's still voting to go direct to the matriarch, so we can prevent the matriarch from getting killed by something else before.
The matriarch sounds quite sturdy. I think.
know what the plans of the poachers are.
I think we'll find dead poachers earlier than a dead matriarch.
Maybe.
If the matriarch is so much sturdier, perhaps we don't want to fight other owlbears first.
Yeah, fair. That's also.
Maybe we should focus on the matriarch so we can take her down.
Well, we're gonna have to find them anyway. Otherwise, we're gonna have to
But not
other
all at
owlbears
But the
while
thing
we're
is,
injured.
if the matriarch's dead and the owlbears disperse, they might be harder to find, but they'll also be easier to kill because they won't be a group.
Well, look at it this way: if you have income of a single owlbear, we can have multiple owlbears and we have a certain set of income. But if we only get the matriarch and then are too beaten up to fight other owlbears, then we at the end don't get as much money as we could have. It's like when you're trying to harvest a big field. You're not, and you can do one very hard part, or you can do a big
But the
easy
matriarch
part.
pays more.
And yes, but if we get multiple owlbears, the end game.
I feel like we've been having this discussion for 3 hours.
I think that,
How about we find the matriarch first,
Yes,
see
but-
this situation,
but the
and
thing is,
then
we are
respond to that.
already going after owlbears at the moment. So if we just follow this trail, if we end what we're starting, then we can find the matriarch instead of letting this go and going somewhere
Can we
else.
just put it to a vote? Who wants to keep chasing the owlbears we're chasing now?
I want to fucking kill something finally.
That's not how votes work. You
and
raise
it's-
your hand.
Edge and I are on the same page. We are following tracks. Why lose them?
Yes.
And who wants to follow the matriarch? Okay, so I'm outvoted.
All right. And if you guys would slay these beasts, then perhaps a pheromone bomb would also come in handy in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
As you begin to walk forward, different ideas of perhaps even like making yourself very attractive to owlbears might also be weirdly an idea.
Yeah.
But in so doing, all of you make your way through this first. And I would like to know what the actual plan here is, because we had ideas of sending Nox forward on a scouting mission.
That is
Knox
already.
is already
Yep.
in the trees somewhere.
Yeah, we said that because last episode we said that when Evan was here that he returned because Evan was something special. So you're sending Nox out again?
Because we found something. I wasn't sure if it was going to be dangerous or not, so I wanted Nox to come back. But
Right. So you're sending him out now
I'm
again.
sending him out.
Very well. Then
Well, tracking the tracks, I'm gonna let Evan do it basically because he's probably better than me. And
very good.
I'm gonna look around for maybe a cave or a place where something can enter and not get out somewhere else, like basically a dead end.
Okay, sure. Can you give me a little bit of more information what you're exactly looking for what reason?
If
then I
we
can help you
ever
there.
have a lure, I want to lure them to a place where they're in a confined space and maybe easy to block off, so we can just fireball them to death.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
With which fireballs?
Your fireballs that you have
I,
in the necklace. That's the second time I'm remembering you of that.
Yeah, you have a necklace with big balls and small balls.
Big balls of fire.
Big ball.
did I actually put them in there?
Please do.
Yeah, you have
Because you have
basically
a tendency to forget about
you
that.
basically have 3 fireballs that you can just throw.
I don't.
I just have them in.
No, the
I
necklace,
found it.
the necklace of fireballs is a consumable item because once you have thrown all the 3 fireballs, they will be gone. So we don't make cards for the consumables.
Ah.
Yeah, fire. 3 of them.
3.
1 big one, 2 little small ones.
All right, so you are keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Edge, what are you doing while you are traveling? Somebody also has to keep an eye out on goats, like herd them, I will say, as a part of the activity.
But I can do survival too now.
I am herding the goats.
No, he's already.
I have
person at a time.
I have herd coding experience, goat herding experience.
Of course you do.
Obviously.
Do you have something like farming lore or anything?
Yeah, I actually do.
Hell yeah! Go make a farming lore check then. Edge, then if you are no longer on goat service.
I will attempt to assist Olam in her tracking.
I will do tracky track.
You will also do tracky track, alright? Like Evan is also trying to track them for you guys, so that will also be of aid. And Trush, what will you be doing with your life?
Well, I already have this little bright red light on me to warn us when we're near owlbears, so I'm not actually going to pay attention to that. Therefore,
Just constant prestidigitation to stay beautiful.
No. I don't use prestidigitation for that. That's genetic. I guess perception for any other monsters.
Sure. Just keeping your general eyes open. Alright, then I would like both of y'all to make survival checks, both of you two to make perception checks, and you to go ahead and make a lore.
I have a 23. On my,
A 23?
Yeah, on my farming lore. No, actually, yeah, 24 actually. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to do good because I did real bad.
Oh no, I did good.
I really need to put some fucking points in survival
I've
because
got
it
this.
does not make sense for me to be a bandit and not know how to camp.
And I've got this nice little green die for.
You've never been bandit.
Let me see here.
I suppose I was more of a backpacker than a bandit,
Yeah.
just going from city to city.
I have good news.
More pickpockets than bandits.
That's good news.
I have good news.
Alright.
26 on perception.
26 on perception,
18.
18 on perception.
I had a 30 total.
30.
And
Ooh.
I have that Cloak of the Haunted thing,
Mhm.
which means I can continue to track without attempting additional check.
Hell
That's
yeah.
on a critical success, right?
No?
It's a 30 total.
No, just on a success, it becomes.
Nice.
So, alright, so with that, Olam, with the Cloak of the Hound, the animalistic instincts that you already had are increased even further. And while Evan is also trying to keep an eye out on the tracks, you're like, I got this, fam. And together, you are very easily tracking these tracks without any problems.
I just rolled a perception check for Nox and it's a natural 20 for a total of 20.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah,
Alright,
all
so.
The dice that got me.
While you guys are venturing through this forest, slowly but surely, the thick mist bank that you guys found when the morning first started is starting to dissipate, which will increase your visibility, but will increase the visibility of your quarries, but also increase your visibility.
Yeah.
So that will be a little bit difficult. You are tracking through woodlands that have like bushes all over, different. Not really gnarled, but like without all of the leaves on them, they look pretty barren, and the ground itself is just heaving and hoeing up and down, but you don't really find any caves or the like in these lands.
Okay.
You find some changes in elevations and the like, and here and there you find some outcrops of rock that have just been put there by nature itself. But other than that, no real places to corner them. Although you do realize that there are many different places where you could probably stay hidden until you are like within 20-30 feet. So you already get like these ideas of maybe putting in an ambush in some other way, shape, or form.
Well, I have something that we might need to remember. I have a halo around me since not too long, which means that I always give light.
Oh, yeah.
So I can try and suppress that, but that's a concentrate thing. So just
okay.
tell me when I have to, but that I can fail.
All right.
Other question? Did I ever notice a high ground that could be hard to reach for owlbears and easier to reach for?
Not really. Like the change in elevation are all like the steepest change in elevation that you found was eventually you guys had to like take a couple of steps down where you basically went like 80 degrees down for like 20 feet or something like that. But no real cliff sides or anything. It's just like the natural elevations of these woodlands, but no real. It's pretty
Even.
even terrain. Yeah, it's pretty good or well traversable. And even while you guys are tracking further and further to the north, you find different paths that have been carved out by just local people that probably made their way into these woods and the like.
And how big are the trees?
The trees themselves, like there are some small trees that only rise up about 20 to 30 feet. But as you look upward and you see Nox like jump off, you see that there are also very large trees that have their branches interwoven into each other. And where Nox in his small monkey familiar self can easily dart from one branch to another, you take a look and maybe you could too.
So there are trees that are big enough to not be toppled by owlbears.
There are trees that are big enough not to be toppled by owlbears. Yeah.
Yeah, Crowley will remember this.
Go ahead and make me. Well, you already made a perception check. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Like as you take a look at these trees, though, you see that like some large branches could also perhaps even be like just chopped off and used as bombardments on top of owlbears that you so like.
I have a crossbow. I can just get
Ah.
on top of a tree and then
Yeah.
shoot them.
Yeah. Should be doable. Should be doable. Yeah.
Just do that.
All right. Tarush, with a 26 on your perception, you eventually, as you begin to walk forward, just out of the corner of your eye, you do find a couple of like boot prints in like the dirt going another direction. As you do find another couple of tracks of what seems to be a couple of humanoids heading out.
Well, seems we found our competitors. So what I'm proposing is that we look to Crazy Druid Guy.
His name is Evan.
Yes, that's not really nice. You don't
His name is
like-
Tarush. He's still a dick.
You hear me being out of character, right?
No.
Honestly,
No.
I have been called Crazy Druid and the guy, so I respond to all of those.
I'm out of character.
Yeah.
Yes. I look. So I suggest that this is the point where we veer him off to have him mislead our competitors, right?
Mhm.
All right. So Tarush points it out. Tracks.
Gets low to the ground. Yes, this dirt does not hail from this forest. These are footprints from outside. Are these the other hunters that you were talking about?
I doubt that they would be here for a pleasant stroll.
Yes. Very well. Then by this our pact will be completed. I will take a look and make sure that they do not harm the owlbears and most definitely not the matriarch. And in return, I will find you afterwards with the carcasses and scavenge what I can.
You will be able to find us then.
Yes, I'm quite capable of tracking these owlbears, and you now also.
Excellent.
Goodbye. And he just walked off.
But before he gets a chance to walk off, last time I tried to give him food to give to Nox, but he ate it himself. Did it seem like he was enjoying it when he was eating it?
I mean, like, make a perception check. It's hard to pinpoint if this guy is enjoying things.
This one's going into timeout.
No. How much?
Total 11.
Total 11? Hard to say. Like, it might be that he was, like, a very inquisitive about it. Like, oh, I am an animal. I'm just going to try this out and see what it is. Or if he was actually enjoying it.
That's fair. Then I'm just gonna let it go.
Alright, so with that, alas, no alchemical pheromone bomb right now, but you do point them off into the direction of what you hope to be the other group of poachers that you know is dispatched to this area.
Has Nox been back to report yet?
Not yet. I would say that at this point forward, you like walk another 15 to 30 minutes, at which point first, Tarush, your necklace begins to boom, boom. Oh, sorry, not the necklace. The
Chestplate.
the chest plate begins to bleep.
His booby.
Your booby begins to bleep, and you take a look at like the magical button that your accomplice had put there, and you see that the red is pointing almost like from the middle. So it seems that indeed you are now about 500 feet away from it. And with the natural 20, Nox can not only come back through the trees, like a small branch falls between your feet, and you look up, and as Nox jumps down, he gets like on your shoulder and puts up 4 fingers.
I give him 2 foods. And I scratch his chin.
He goes like,
You have to give him 3
I-
now.
I-
he does it with a grin though. He's-
I
think we
poop
saw
his
that.
nose and I give him another food.
Yeah,
I don't
he-
think we saw your hand.
Oh, sorry.
on
Yeah.
camera.
So basically, like Nox went like, "Look, you're gonna give me 2 food for 4 things that I found. Give me 4 things." Like Edge drives a hard bargain, like 3 food for 4 things. He'll take it. And munches it down, and he like scratches you a little bit, like "Thank you," and then goes like curl up into your nice
Back
little
into my
winter coat.
hoodie,
Yeah,
yeah.
your winter hoodie, and you can hear him going. Like his, like 3 food is a lot of food
That's
for
a
this
big
small.
food
Yeah, yeah.
for you
That's a big
monkey.
food. Like if you could also just like broke the 2 foods into 4 smaller
No,
foods and it would be okay.
He did it very good. He did
Yeah,
it very
all right.
Nox is now doubled in weight. Tiny
Almost.
little monkey. It's food.
He's got the big kitten tummy,
Yeah, he has
you
like-
know, when they're small and it's all swollen and pink.
Like a piggy belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gains 2 temporary hit points, but he also loses 1 dexterity for the time being, as he's
Well,
like,
yeah.
ugh.
He has an imp
And
inside him.
enough-
I guess he's living in the stomach.
Mm.
Like he tries to climb and he's like, "No, carry me."
All right, so it seems that indeed in
I
about
will,
5.
I will gesture to the rest for straight ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry, I still can't believe we just spent 5 minutes fat shaming a fictional monkey.
That's so nice.
Welcome to Tabletop RPG.
If I shame you,
I did not fat shame, I fat celebrated.
Fair enough.
where we argue for an hour about what to do, then do something completely different.
yeah,
Where we've
Fat
been
shame-
hunting
fat-
these fucking things for the past 3 weeks.
Let's celebrate a monkey,
yeah.
and then get angry about who gets the magic item. I think that sounds like the whole tabletop RPG.
Oh no, I already
experience.
dipsed it.
Ah, fair enough. All right. So, what are the plans for your final approach in this?
Crowin is planning and telling the group as well that he wants to get within about 100 feet of the group, if it's within line of sight, and find a tree to climb up and shoot them with crossbows.
All
Get
right.
the attention on him, and then maybe when they're a group, you attack them from behind or anything. Just get a couple shots in.
I do believe that the trees are pretty bare on the bottom, so you're going to have to be pretty strong to get to a point where you can sit on the branch and shoot.
You're telling me I'm not strong enough to climb a tree?
I'm saying it's going to be difficult to climb a tree. Perhaps it would be better to hide in the underbrush and shoot them from there.
No, but then I can be reached. If I'm pretty much like Crowin goes a bit defensive. I'm very capable of climbing a fucking tree.
All right.
It's staying
Your
there.
funeral.
But I'm confused though.
Yeah,
If you're up in the tree,
yeah.
then who's gonna tank?
Wait, that's me. I'm back. I'm here.
I'm back.
I'm back. I wasn't there the last week,
Oh.
but now I'm here. So
Wait,
you're
Olam is the party tank?
yes, you're
Start from
fine. Didn't you see my video?
I'm disciplined.
No, I skimmed it.
So
I'm
yeah,
going home.
Guys, let's focus a little
let's
bit,
go
please.
kill some owlbears.
We should.
You should protect me.
All right. So you want to climb in a tree and then basically like acrobatics Tarzan yourself from one tree to another until you're within 100 feet of them.
No,
And
no,
then
no,
you
no.
start to
Literally
tap at them?
get to about 100 feet, climb a tree.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. All right.
But will you be of use in range? Are you? You have a crossbow?
Yeah, of course.
Make a
Okay.
make a just a intelligence check for me real quick, Crowin.
I think I know what you're gonna say. I'm not very smart. I'm like, it's an 8.
An 8. Well, like it's not too difficult, but like getting there stealthily within 100 feet, easy.
Oh,
Like easily done. But being within 100 feet and then climbing up out into the open stealthily on the other side of a tree, that might be a little bit difficult. It's not undoable, but it will be a
I'm
challenge.
not sure what you mean.
Like you want to get within 100 feet of these owlbears
Yeah.
stealthily.
Yeah.
You got this.
Oh, okay.
You
And then
got
climbing on the tree.
But like when you then climb out of the underbrush into a tree, that is bare of leaves within 100 feet, which is 30 meters, like that would be a situation where those owlbears might spot you and already come towards you. Like
Oh, no.
it's not undoable, but you do realize like, oh wait, there's a real like possibility that they would spot me before I get to my nice little vantage
If they
point.
do, then I'll just be the tank I've always been.
Which is basically what I just been
Like,
saying.
you could also
Hey, difficult to climb a tree.
what you could also do is, but I'm not like wanting to put too much into you. You can also like climb a tree over here, lure the bastards to you. That's another thing you could try to
Yeah,
do.
we don't have a lure yet. Oh yeah, we have goats.
You have a couple of goats.
Goats.
And you can also like you have a conjurer with you.
I think it's smart that we get into eyesight, that we see the owlbears, because we're gonna have to put on the earmuffs so we can't hear them coming.
Oh, okay.
That's very important. We gotta have to be close so we can see them before we shelter ourselves from any sound. And then we can just give the goats a tap, make them run again towards the
Yeah,
owlbears.
we might want to keep the goats for later.
Yeah, but like goats. We can tie the other ones. Here.
Ola makes a good point. Her ears are not where our ears are.
No, so I can I wear them?
No,
They will look a little bit goofy, but you got it right.
But how do I wear them?
If
Oh,
anime and
like-
cartoons has taught us
like on
anything,
top.
no. You know how you can fold cats' ears and then we just set on
Yeah,
top.
but
Sure, yeah.
Like I will just fold your ears
Ow.
down and then it won't hurt. And then just wrap a scarf around your head.
Well, these are I will say these earmuffs are like pretty tight, and they're basically soundproof headphones. So
Yeah,
they're
I was thinking that either like because they would be a
They're
little
noise
bit higher,
cancelling
but also
headphones.
put the earmuffs
Yeah.
on and then wrap a scarf around.
yeah,
them.
like it's doable, but I just want to say like this is pretty specialized equipment. So it's not like, oh, I can just wrap a scarf around my hand and that will like have the same effect. But basically, indeed, with a little bit of ingenuity and a extra scarf like that, those things can be put onto you.
Okay.
For the sake of this, I won't fuck you guys over and say like, "Nya, nya, 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 nya,
Not
nya."
yet.
You fucked. Well, I would be okay with that.
Like I'm not gonna go like, yeah, well, it's all because you were a kitty cat and now it's sucky. Like, no, it's okay.
So,
It's okay. I like being a kitty cat, so I'm okay with it.
but the plan is we're just gonna approach until we are a bit close and then send a goat running,
All right.
lure them a bit towards us, and then
Yeah.
fight.
You wanna tie the rest of the goats like in a safe distance right over
Yeah,
here.
I think
so
we're
they're
gonna.
like up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're just
I,
gonna tie them up where we're standing, and then.
no, we don't send the goat running, because that won't lure them.
Yeah.
We tie the goat to a small tree
And then give
or
it a tap.
whatever, and then
Fight
just in the
forward.
open.
Making make sound.
All right.
Make them make
Yeah.
some noise. Yeah.
All right. So, for the sake of this, let's go to a battle map.
Oh, man.
And I will basically have a general map for you that you can basically like put yourselves in and situate yourselves. So let's get that up on the room. Yada yada.
D20.
All right, so I got y'all some characters. I got y'all some battle map. And in a little bit I'll get y'all some owlbears. But for now, I also need like a goat, of course. So
Yeah.
very, very important to get a goat mini. All right, so where would all y'all like to situate yourselves
Think you
with
can
the
zoom
goat?
out?
So basically, you see a couple of tree trunks with like blackened out middles. Those are the larger trees. So those are the larger trees with canopies up top where you can put yourselves. So do
That's
it.
the with the black center, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, like with the blacked out centers. I don't have a goat icon at the ready.
A rat.
Oh yeah, rat seems perfect.
Rat coat.
Okay.
Rats.
All
Wait.
animals are
Oh,
rats.
there we go. Oh god,
No rats, no animals.
I was so scared that I didn't have the rat, but I do. I do have the rat. Why isn't this working properly?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so looking at these woodlands, where would you guys like to put all y'all selves.
Which directions would they be coming from?
So you guys are tracking through to the north, so they would be coming from the north.
Okay, I want to hide in the underbrush near the path within about 40 feet.
So like we have all the way up top, like we can put you in the underbrush right over there, for example. Do we see you?
Yeah.
Right over there. So like where do we want to lure them? Like we can put the goat over here, for example, and say like that's where they're going. Crowan, you want it to be in a tree.
The biggest tree, so I think
Biggest
this
tree?
one probably. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just put you there now for.
I'm
for
gonna
the
start
time being.
climbing, I guess.
All right.
I want to be back with the rock, close to the goats.
Close to the goat. Like you mean over here, like hiding behind the
Yes,
rock
hiding
outcropping?
behind that rock, yes.
Very good. Very good. All right. Which leaves us with our two wizards. Oh, yeah. Of course, you can put yourself wherever you like. Right, Jack, do you want to stay at the bottom?
I think I should also take some distance.
Okay, where would you like to be?
I think I will follow the Rouge a bit, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Right, so like hide together with. Where did that point?
Oh, a little
tree
bit more.
down.
Yeah, one tree down.
One tree down. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the only one that is climbing in one of the trees is Crowan. So Crowan, go ahead and make me a athletics check. Climbing is
You
athletics.
almost scared me there.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh damn.
That is all.
While you go towards this tree and begin to climb it, you keep like dead eye contact with Edge with every beautiful step that you take as you easily, without making so much as a sound, make it into the tree.
You can hear.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
can he even see me?
Well, he knows where you are.
You can see. You can hear in your mind your inner mind
But
the
why-
voice of Chico saying, "Suck it." No,
Look
you
wrong.
said?
Oh,
This one's real.
Bij
I
Eve.
missed it. I missed it.
Eve did it.
Okay.
Nee.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Me.
Okay.
Alright.
You?
Me.
Okay. So, Charlie, can you zoom out just a little bit more? Because right now we have Jack and Tarouche not completely on stream.
Stream.
It's like a minor thing. We're just
Step two of us. Thank you.
alright.
You and I.
Yeah, Cronies B. We had exactly the same conversation while we were walking here. Those things are good.
Yeah.
All right. So, is this the way it shall be?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
I am going to send Nox out of my hoodie and into
Just taking a look.
into a high tree somewhere,
Alright.
high out of reach from
Yeah.
the owlbears, and tell him to alert us if more are coming.
Ah,
Oh, nice one.
very good. Yeah. All right. So, then, as you guys are getting ready for this endeavor, before you alert the owlbears by smacking a goat ass, is there?
Actually, I would like to make them make noise by using the slingshot that I have and never use, so
Ah.
I can hit them with little pebbles from
Very well.
my hiding place.
All right. So before you all do that, is there anything else that you would like to prepare? Anything that you would like to make me know, like, hey, Wouter, when they are like close by, excuse me, my character will do this, yada yada yada. Because if this goes well, then from like a Nox and a Crowan vantage point, you guys should be able to see them run towards you. And Crowan, for example, like you guys could also try to make an actual trap here, right? Like you, I have no idea what you
But I
guys
mean-
have at your person.
According to Pathfinder 2 rules, that's just a case of us making stealth checks versus their penalty perception, and that's
Yeah.
our initiative, right?
Yeah, but
no
like,
readied actions.
but like basically, while they will be running towards you, you could go, for example, like, hey, the round before combat starts, I want to cast mage armor on myself to like protect myself already a little bit. Like I have no idea, but those things,
Like that.
like you guys are now fighting animalistic beasts.
Yeah.
They will be brute force. You have the smarts, and you are laying an ambush for them. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Cronin is gonna be a bit overconfident at the moment and thinking, yeah, I'm really gonna be fine. I'm not gonna raise my resources on
Right.
4 owlbears. Come
Like,
on, man.
yeah, I don't know, but like for example, like one of the random loot boxes that the chat gave you also had some snares, I think, like some traps. I have no idea if those would be useful in this this scenario.
Go for it.
Yeah.
No, all right.
I don't think an owlbear foot is going to fit into a regular sized snare.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, those.
Let's just go for combat.
Go for combat, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So no preparations.
I do want to say that as soon as one is shot by Crowan, I'm going to charge in and attack that one.
Okay. Okay.
Just
I'm
kind
still-
of double team it a bit to make sure that it gets as much.
Yeah, but that's just a case of initiative.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes exactly, but
I want to hold my morning star just for the sake of it.
just for the sake of it. So you're basically like Gandalf
use it,
with
but-
with like sword and staff, Glamdring.
Yeah.
Glamdring and staff, like, but now staff of healing and morning star at the ready. Hell yeah! All right. In that case, I need you all to roll initiative. So go ahead and roll me some stealth checks.
Still,
I'm going to give you a chance now.
Be good.
I might even be better than Edge now.
Oh no.
I doubt it. That's a natural 20 for a total of 30.
Oh.
Hitting my
Ooh.
phone like that. I had 27. 27.
All right. So
3
I
points
guess-
stealthier than you, bitch.
Which
We're 10%.
which
No.
stealth? Plus. That will make a 22.
22. Yeah, just a moment.
No
as
problem.
I get this
Actually, that might
beautiful
be better.
report.
I'm still
If
gonna
I
look.
can manage to stun one of them, then you can hit the stun one.
Yeah, that would be good for the second turn. Because the first turn I probably have the hide, so I can probably sneak attack already. And then when you stun them, then I can again have the sneak attack. So, yeah.
All right, and then we got them Earl Burbs. Which reminds me of that very stupid meme of like people being in a meeting with each other. All right, everyone, one of us is possessed by an owl. Who? That's the point. We don't know.
Wait.
All right. So Edge,
Wow.
yourself.
Do I see them? Do I,
Well, what is your initiative?
Oh,
Still need to put it
my
in.
30.
Third, Tarush. What are you at?
21.
21. All right, Jack.
One above that, 22.
22. Very good, very good. Olam.
13.
13.
Yes.
Crowan.
27, that is on that
27.
minuses for being up in the tree.
Not too shabby though.
Yeah, pretty good.
And then we have a couple of Earl Burbs
Oh, god damn it!
coming in at plus 14 on their athletics checks. With a natural 1 over there. And all right, so yes.
Could I still do an action before they arrive, or is that too late now?
Sure.
I think I'm gonna summon an elemental.
Oh, nice.
I think it's smart to.
Not fire, please. Let's not burn the forest.
I was actually thinking about a. I was thinking about a fire.
It's winter, and you just had like hail run down, so
Oh,
it's
okay, never
pretty
mind.
like pretty dry. Sorry, not dry. Pretty moist and cold.
Moist.
So
That kind of goes against the stealth point, though.
Yeah, it's distraction. They look at the fire guy. And that's enough.
I can cast without speech or.
And that's 4 actions. 2 for the medic.
Do I have-
magic? Jesus. And 2 for the spell.
Does that take more actions?
You
Yes.
don't need to
But
self do it.
but
You
like
can just
I
cast it.
like I said, Jack, like in this scenario, because you guys
Yeah,
have
it's-
the
yeah.
time on your side, you can do this. Like
Yeah.
I will allow you to do this.
I'm gonna cast the fire method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Where?
So for that, I'm just gonna use this little
Ball of fire.
ball of fire right over there. So where do you want to put it?
I think I'm gonna put it just like here. The owlbears will come from this direction, I believe.
The owlbear will come from your direction, basically.
From
Yeah,
here?
from you. From where you're sitting at the table,
cool,
like from
cool.
there.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna the right
Yeah.
there would be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, at the top of the round, as you hear, Edge, you slap a goat butt.
Yes.
Which one?
All right. I will say go ahead and just for shits and giggles, make me an attack roll to see how well you hit a goat butt.
Right at the glute.
The one goat.
17.
Oh wait, sorry. Oh wait, this is Bob, right? This,
I named them.
Which goat did you guys want to sacrifice? I would figure Bob
Not
because
Bob.
fuck Bob. Oh,
no,
not Bob.
Not Bob. Bob was the awesome
Oh,
one.
Bob was the
He
awesome
kicked
one.
another goat in the
Oh,
face.
okay.
What were the other names?
The one with the long name. PMD. No,
I'll hit Bramble in the butt.
Bramble, all right. Bramble gets hit in the butt for a total of how much to hit?
17.
17. And with that, the goat
Do I roll
begins.
damage?
He did.
hang on.
You do
3 damage.
3 points of damage, and with that, the goat turns towards you, and like a single tear rolls down his cheek. Like, why? Why?
It can't fit me.
That's like
Super hit.
3 out of its 4 hit points.
Technically, you drop stealth when you make an attack.
I know that.
So it does know.
Can I use my second action to re-stealth?
Yeah, of course, but he still feels very much like ow.
Ow! Okay, I fucking hit. Bramble's a valley girl. Ow!
Was.
Why?
At which point,
Make a will save for psychic damage. Emotional damage.
Rebel was.
Oh! 26. That's great.
26.
I don't give
You
a fuck
can
about
deal.
that goat.
And they call me a psychopath.
At which point,
I never
from
said I wasn't.
at which point, for a singular moment, all of you fall silent, ready with stealth. Crowan like holding its crossbow at the ready, as you hear in the distance, like. No,
actually-
didn't
Actually,
catch?
we don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything. Oh wait, like right.
yeah.
All of you have your earmuffs on.
Yeah.
All right. So Charlie, please stop broadcasting any sound. So now we go on.
Oh, you were joking. Oh, my bad.
I'm joking. All right. So okay, yeah. Then indeed, none of you hear anything, as all of your earmuffs are here. All right. So you all have the deafened condition. So when things come to like perception checks, you will have a little bit of a penalty with that. But other than that, you see galloping through the woods, brown and white feathered, the first of the owlbears just like come slowly but surely enter the combat ground. As it gets here with, let's see, first off, it will still be off of the battle map Crowan, at which point it will get into range with you.
Okay.
So you see a group of like 10 feet in between them, 4 different owl bears, like not in single file, but like in a small group, 10 feet between them, begin to run up.
Is one clear bigger than another?
No, they all seem like normal sized, well, bear sized.
Okay. The first one that comes in, the front one, I'm gonna stealth. Since I suppose he doesn't see me, so I'm just gonna.
No, for now you're still stealth.
So I'm just gonna shoot and try
All right.
to get the stick.
So that is while these owl bears are still off of the grid.
Okay. Yeah, it's I'm gonna roll. 13.
13 points of damage.
No, 13.
Oh, 13 to hit.
Yeah.
13 misses, I'm afraid. As a bolt shoots out, and like
You know what? I'm gonna hero point that one because
cute
that
little,
sucks.
cute little. Oh, you're gonna hero point?
I'm
Very
gonna
well.
hero point.
It's the last hero point gone.
Yeah, it felt good. 20.
20,
Dirty.
dirty 20. As your you see the first of the 4 owlbears come closer, you let out a bolt, and as it seems to almost come towards it, the eyes go upward, and it snatches the bolt out of the air, snaps it on the ground, and you can see its mouth open and like his gullet begin to tremble as it seemingly is screeching.
He was fast-footed though.
Oh crap! In that case, it does hit. Go ahead. Rules lawyered very correctly so.
That is 17 damage.
17 points of damage to the first of the owlbears.
Yeah.
As that is exactly what didn't happen.
Sorry.
As you did hit it like in the shoulder, like somewhere, and the thick pack of feathers almost completely envelops like the bolt, so you can't really see the wound that you made.
Yeah.
But the shuddering of the left front leg does make it very clear that that you did hit something.
Cool.
At which point it will just go ahead and continue its movement. So with that, it'll be just on the battle map, we will say, the first one, and the rest are basically following suit. While the owlbears are still away, is there anything anyone else would like to do, like before they get into range?
No, I need them in range.
The silence is deafening. All right, so with that, we will just go ahead and really enter the initiative order this time around, with this first one already wounded a little bit. Yeah, Crowan, he doesn't really like you or the goat, so he's basically going to use one action to move up, one action to try and gut a goat.
Good.
So that is going to be, yeah, with the beak. It'll be a 22 to hit, which will hit the goat AC, at which moment the goat is just like this beak of the owlbear slaps around the neck area of the goat and tears the head clean off as it just continues to bash forward and literally try to bash into the tree that you are standing in. So with that, go ahead and make me a reflex saving throw real quick as you feel the tree.
I hate my saves so much. That is a 23.
23, yeah, you're fine.
It was a journey,
Yeah.
but it was a good roll.
So with that, the owlbear has just begun to like claw up the tree. Yeah, I don't have to make any sounds because you can't hear the guy. So that's on one hand very nice for me, but on the other hand I really want to make owlbear sounds.
Oh.
So
You can make
turning.
them, we'll just pretend we can't hear them, like we
It's
pretend
fine.
everything else
We
at
The
can-
point
the
is,
table.
the point is probably like the mics will not even pick them up.
We can put our fingers in our ears.
Yeah, do it,
Okay, it's okay.
do it.
With
Daddy.
Edge. Your turn. Oh, Vincent, I will speak to you in your normal person name. Do we have the artifacts?
On.
Do we have the artifact things on?
I think
For
so.
the, yeah?
I couldn't activate it. I tried to activate it myself, but it seemed like it was already activated. So I'm gonna.
All right. So
double
all of the
check.
combat different things are also.
We have elemental spark shield, healing,
Yeah, they were all-
Okay, cool.
etc.
I thought you meant
Cool.
the reward thing and the
Yeah, like the
wild
combat
magic.
rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
but everything's active. Yeah.
Yeah. So for our viewers that might not know, in combat the chats can bestow all kinds of different beautiful boons towards the party,
You can help us, you can attack stuff, you can attack.
but you can also fuck people over.
Grease the tree, I dare you.
Help us or hurt us, it's your choice.
Yeah. All right.
Please
So,
don't hurt us.
which does bring us to Edge. What would you like to do?
I would like to run up to the owlbear and use my high jump ability
Oh.
to get as close to his face as possible and super punch,
that-
Superman punch.
Is that like a monk ability or?
Yeah, I have quick jump. I do not need to take a minimum of 10 feet stride, but I'm pretty far away. And because I don't have my drive thing open, it probably has other things.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're 4 squares away.
Yeah. So you're.
I have a movement speed of 40,
Yeah, you're
and I
fine.
can bridge
Hell yeah.
a little bit of extra
Easily.
with
Easily.
Okay.
So, where
Superman
would you,
punch down.
where would you like to end up? Because eventually, like things like flanking and such will be beneficial to you. But you already take a look to your left right now, upward, and see that 3 more owlbears are coming. So you have more than enough movement to get right over here. But you can also stand over there if you like. You can also stand on the other side. Where would you like to end up?
Right there is good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because I don't want to be flanked by his buddy.
No, understandably.
That
well,
would
yeah.
be bad.
All right, so
you are
you.
extra safe next time.
Yeah. But the owlbears are coming from this side?
The owlbear are coming from like the north, so right over here. are
Okay.
those coming from. Yeah. Okay, so
Superman punch. I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
The first one is math. I need that one. That is a 32 to hit.
ooh, that is a critical hit.
Stunning fist. Second blow is another 32 to hit. That was 2 natural 19s in a row.
Damn.
Thank you, Moonra.
But don't you take like the attack penalty on the next one?
Oh, right. So that's a -4 then.
Yeah. So that's a critical hit and a normal hit. Still though, putting in the damage.
Oh, another thing is that because of the quick jump, I can use a single action instead of 2 to do a high jump or a long jump.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Just because I
Very
just
nice.
found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 2 hits. One of them is stunning fist. Fortitude save DC 20, please.
Ooh. That's a natural
Natural
one.
one.
So that's a critical fail.
I think he's stunned 3 then.
Stun 3? Ooh.
I believe so.
I'll look that up for you real quick. Stunning fist, right?
Yes.
Fists.
Yeah, stunned 3 on a critical failure. So he
Frick.
can make no moves.
So he has
in his
no
next
actions
round.
on his next turn.
Okay.
Damn.
It's not very good. 7 points of damage for the first one.
Oh, do realize that now you have like those striking things,
double.
right? So you take an additional damage die.
Yeah, that was
Right.
2d6.
Yeah, but you made a crit, so you can roll 4d6s.
Oh, wait. So I'll roll a 1 and a 5. That's 12. Plus 1 is 13 on the first one then. Do I double throwing the dice, or do I
Yeah.
just double the
Double
damage? that
everything.
is-
You double everything. You double the dice plus the plus number.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then it's 14. 'cause
14 points of
I have a
damage.
strength of 1. Second one, it's 4. And another 4 as 9 points of damage.
9 points of
decent,
damage.
decent.
All right. So
Job.
as you jump up, this owlbear has like his neck to the back of you as he is like clawing up the tree, and with your high jump, you slap it right there on his vertebrae, and you cannot hear him, but you can see him shudder for a moment and like limp to the ground a little bit.
I
As
know,
this,
I know I hit that shock.
Yeah,
That makes me
oh.
numb. Yeah.
Not to just as a question, it does have the incapacitation trait.
Oh, so
so I
for the
don't know-
next attack,
No. That means that if the owlbear is a higher level than Edge, you treat it as a degree of success better. But I'm just reminding you, I
Oh.
don't think the owlbear's level 5 or higher.
no, the owlbears are level 4. I can tell
Yeah,
you. so.
perfect. Okay, then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Good.
say that on my stunning fist.
Yes, it does. The last sentence.
There we go. Rule.
I was looking
you.
at, and for my last action, because I assume that I'm kind of like half on its shoulder right now, just punching into.
Well, you were, unless until you actually hit him square, and then he just like limped down together with you to the ground again.
Okay, then for my last action, I would like to try and hide again and just kind of like do a backwards roll into the underbrush, if I could do that.
Like to hide is an action unto itself, also. So you can either move somewhere, but right now where you are, you
I have
cannot really
3
hide.
actions. I use the first one to do a quick jump. I use the second one for flurry of blows.
Yeah.
That's 2 attacks and 1 action.
Uh-huh.
And then I have 1 action.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but-
you have 1 action, but you need to move to a place where you can hide, and then take the hide action.
Because now you're just hiding right there.
You
which
can
is-
hide.
Okay.
So you can move to a place where you could hide, but then your actions would be over.
Pretend you're stone, it's fine.
How much of my movement did I use? Because I have a total of 40 feet.
In Pathfinder, you cannot split up your movement automatically.
Okay, then I will use my last action to hiss at it.
Well, you can.
Intimidating.
Like you can still like run away to a place where you would be a little bit more safe. Like there are still 3 more owlbears running towards you right now.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the other end of that tree and crow.
Right.
Heh.
Okay. There you go. And just get over there.
And while I'm there, I'm just gonna go look up at him and give him a little nod, like you got up there real
Right.
fast. Okay.
Which brings us to Crowan,
I'm gonna do what we call a pro gamer move.
which is?
Well, we're always wondering who's the tank, so now I'm just gonna be a tank and basically switch. Do I have to use a whole action to switch to my normal gear?
Like I'm afraid so. Yeah.
Okay,
You-
so I-
switching weaponry is.
One action, right?
I will normally it would be like one action for all different kinds of things. I'm a little bit more lenient, so like switching your equipment will be one action.
One action, okay. Then I'm gonna do can I do like a jumping down attack? Like just basically just jump down and strike at the same time?
Sure.
Drop down, not really
Sure.
jump, just drop down.
Let's see how well this goes. So basically, what you are going to try to do is cushion your fall with the owlbear underneath you, and also use that momentum to make it.
That depends how high am I anyway.
I would say at least 30 feet.
So it could cost me 1d6 damage if I drop down?
Let me take a look. Falling damage.
Hey, if you're the tank, you can just take that
Yeah,
damage.
that's what I
right?
mean. That's what I mean. I'm just gonna...
Okay, so
Sure, hon.
just so I understand, one action to switch, one action to jump, one action to attack.
All right.
No, drop down. Not jump, drop down. And basically...
It's still move action. It's still strength.
Okay, so what you can do, because if you fall on a creature, it needs to make a reflex save to see if it can take damage. It wouldn't, because it is completely stunned.
Yeah.
So it would save. It would fail its save. So basically, you can jump down and give him. Let's see here. You take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land. So basically, you can just jump down, do 15 points of bludgeoning damage to the owlbear just by you landing on it, and I will give you a reflex save to see if you can lessen the damage onto yourself, because you're cushioning the blow of the owlbear.
Fair, I'm gonna
Yeah?
do that.
Alright, so you're basically going to use one move action to just, like Assassin's Creed, but instead of falling into a haystack, you are going to fall into a thunderstack.
It's gonna be more of a stomp.
Please
Alright.
don't do that in real life. Those haystacks are not strong enough to keep you from falling from it
So,
very big.
I will say, because this is like pulling it out of our ass right now, let me just get the DC's sheets.
I'm gonna just roll a 20
Yeah.
for you and then you'll be fine. Yeah, reflex, right?
Yes.
26.
26. Alright, so where is my... I don't have my DCs. Oh well. 26. No, I got, oh wait, I have a, no. Where is it?
Is it on the back?
No, I'm gonna take a look, but I don't think it is. Did I lose my one sheet that I right now need? Oh well. I have DCs here as well in the easy tools, so that's okay.
Please wait while the game loads.
Yeah, pretty much.
One moment, DM is loading.
Gaming tips. Damage is more worth, it's worth a lot, but avoiding damage is worth even more. Gaming tip number 2.
All right, so
damage?
26. Yeah, that would be more than enough. So you take half the damage. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, but you deal 15 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, it's not a critical success. It's not a critical success. But you deal 15 points of bludgeoning damage by just jumping on him. And because you did make your save, I will give you a +1 to your attack roll as a circumstance bonus.
Okay. So that I used in my last action. That's an attack. Yeah.
Move your phone away.
Oh,
And away from the adapters and stuff.
there. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Always trouble with phone. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna attack now.
Yeah,
Do it
this
with my last-
generation just can't stay away from it's fucking annoying.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack with the dagger.
Yes, Grandpa.
Can I do the dagger? Yeah.
That's the guy with 3 screens on him.
Hey, I wish I had one more, okay?
Yeah, where'd the other one go?
I found my sheet.
Is it in the bottom of the bag?
It was in the bottom.
Okay. It's,
Bottom of the
23.
23 to hit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, double hits.
That is something. I was hoping for a crit, but that was a bit of a stupid hope. So that's 24 plus 26.
Well, let me take a look real quick because it is incapacitated.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be.
I'm not sure how incapacitation works.
Oh, it's incapacitated.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any creature, yada yada yada.
No. Incapacitation, oh my god, just means that certain effects certain spells, effects that you do, if they have the incapacitation trait, that means they are less effective against higher level
Oh,
creatures.
so that didn't encapsulate the all. It was possible if it was level 6 and
That instead of having a crit fail, it would become a normal.
Oh, that's what you mean.
That's
okay.
what. So for you, it doesn't mean anything other
But it's
than
still stuck.
it's still stun 3 and
Okay,
flat
so
footed
I
and
make
stuff.
that's 10 plus no, that was it. That was 10 damage plus 4. That's 14 damage.
14 points of extra damage being dealt.
Yeah,
Ugh. And this guy is already looking really, really rough.
and that was all my action.
Also, you did 69 points of damage in total.
Nice.
Alright. At which point, a second owlbear comes up and running
The bad news is we did 69 points of damage and it's still alive.
with his screeching advance, but that does mean that while he is screeching, you guys are not really in any detrimental effects whatsoever, because you have your nice little earmuffs. So he is just going to use his last action to basically run up towards the flaming ball of fire,
Oh, smart
because
shot.
that is.
Smart plan.
Goodness gracious.
Miles of fire.
And he just makes it towards, like, standing next to it, to the tree. So the second owlbear comes, like, screeching to a standstill with all of the, like, hardened up dirt being clawed out by the owlbear claws, dead vegetation beginning to wrap up, a little bit of water and ice begins to splatter towards the fire elemental as it begins to hiss as it gets hit by it. But that is all that it can do. Jack, what do?
Well, first off, I am going to hold up. I'm just gonna stand there. I'm gonna hold up Jesse, and Jesse's gonna do like the big yawn that rats can do. It's like with the paws in front of them. And I'm gonna cast sleep on this owlbear.
All right.
That one?
The damage one. Oh no, not that.
Okay.
one.
So,
Yeah, the new one.
what happens?
I pressed the wrong. Okay, you have to make a save. I had it in front of me.
Will save.
I think will save. Yes.
Ah! Natural 20.
Okay.
What?
That's
I'm sorry.
that's
Like,
a pity.
natural 1 against the stun, natural 20 against the sleep. It evens out. It evens
You know
out.
there's numbers in between those two, right?
Yeah, but they're boring.
But that's no problem because in that case, my fire element, my fire method, is going to show the owlbear what it's made of, and I'm gonna cast breath weapon.
Oh.
So I'm gonna it's gonna blast the owlbear in fire.
All right. So the owlbear needs to make a save, I think.
Yes, a reflex save.
Reflex. Okay, that's going to be a high one. That is going to be a 24 total.
24. That's a fail, standard fail.
24.
24 is a
20. That's in. Needs to make a DC 17.
So yeah, it makes
yeah, so it's standard success.
So it's a success.
yeah,
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
Except for him, Phil.
Yeah. I.
great.
It's okay, Maxine. You have other qualities.
But that does mean it takes half damage, right?
Yeah, he still
Yeah.
takes half damage.
So it just takes 1d4 fire damage. That's 3 points of fire damage,
All right.
and then a single point of persistent fire damage.
Ooh, nice.
And
All right.
I cannot use it again for 2 rounds.
All right. So as the owlbear comes to a quite literally screeching halt, the fire method has already gathered up all of its breath, and this one short burst of fire, the owlbear stands up on its hind legs, begins to like swat the fire away a little bit, but a couple of its feathers ignites as it begins to take a little bit of persistent fire damage, and it is now in flames.
Yes.
Alright.
And that's it.
Which brings
Done.
us to Tarush.
All right.
After which 2 more owlbears, and then we will have you, Orna.
All right. So Tarush, as Jack is casting spells, Tarush walks past him and walks up to the owlbear. And he looks over at Jack as he's saying something. However, unfortunately, Tarush is the only one with reed lips in the party. So whatever spectacular one-liner he had is
lost
lost to
forever.
legend.
That's why you always have to load up the message spell.
Yeah, but I need the action for Shocking Grasp. So Tarush holds up his hand as energy gathers from his staff into his right hand, and he shocks the owlbear.
Grabs it in the butt.
The owlbear is flat-footed to you, together with the fire elemental method.
Perfect. Well, it's a melee spell attack roll, so I guess yes, that counts. Nice, and I use, of course, my conducting gauntlet. So I roll with a 13 to hit, which is fortunate, because that's an 18 then.
18 just misses, I'm afraid.
Even on flat-footed?
Even on flat-footed with an AC of 21.
Oh my
So with
God.
that, as you reach out your
Wait,
gauntlet...
wait. Do I have a...
No, you don't.
Ah.
Points.
No, you just
C'est la vie.
suck, Tarush.
Actually, the one that was
Cool
great.
one-liner no one can hear. Reach, fizzle, fuck.
Damn it.
But it seems that in this moment, as you hold out your gauntlet, the owlbear is just a little bit too panicky. It didn't really expect to run into combat, let alone combat with magic users. And now, as it is like being engulfed in flame, it's swatting things away and also like swats away your gauntlet for a moment, just at the moment that you unleash your burst of electricity.
I use my free action to regain the spell.
Shoot! As you, with your bonded item, as you focus on your staff. Gotcha.
Correct.
All right. Which brings us to some shenanigans, as these two owlbears are just going to run in because they need their screeching advance. So I will say the first one can get towards you, Tarush, but that will be its entire turn. And then
Oh,
the
lucky
second
bitch.
one.
It's okay.
Flanked by owlbears right now.
I have area spells specifically because of this.
Second one. Yeah, like you are the only one in view right now. Well, together with the fire elemental. You are very odd, Tarush. So, odd, it targets you. Even, it targets the other one. Oh, and that's an 11 right here.
It's your boy.
So, the last owlbear will also gang up on you. So, I'll just
Perfect.
push this one away a little bit, and this one will get right over there with you. But that will be all that they can do, as they are just like ferociously charging all of you, screeching.
And Edge just kind of
As they are
takes
trying
in
to
the
make-
poetic justice.
But yeah, those air muffs are coming
I
in
don't
very,
think Edge
very
can
handy.
see me at this point. Because I'm so surrounded by
Exactly.
magic.
It's just like, yeah, he's got
there.
All right, Olam, what do you do?
I am going to. I'm going to do my inner radiance torrent,
Okay.
which is going to be a line of 120 feet. So I'm going to do it for the next round also.
Ooh, but
She's gonna save up for
they're
her
lined up. They're lined up perfectly.
Yeah,
Alright, people.
but for the next round they have to stay there. So
Yeah, they're
one
probably-
stuck. This
Okay,
one was
so-
stuck, right?
So Olam,
Yeah.
so Olam, this is your first round of combat,
Yeah.
and I already said like you guys can like cast different things and the like. So I will say but this is something that you would have to have timed very very well. So I will give you a small but substantial chance that you had already like charged it up one round. Go ahead and roll me a 17 or higher. You have a 20% chance that you had already like charged
Because
up
she
one.
can adjust to the place where she aims, right?
Yeah,
She-
yeah. So on a 17 or higher, you can basically
too.
do it already because you charged up previously.
I already rolled an 18 on this one, but I don't.
No?
Do I add something?
Well, no, this is just a flat check to see.
It's a 10.
All right. So in that case, I'm afraid that this was too difficult to charge up.
It's leaned on a 17 for like half a second.
So I have to roll again because you know it's.
If
do I have a
if
hero
you have
point?
if you have a hero point, you can spend it on this.
Oh.
Yes, it's.
But there
think
aren't
so.
any hero points right now.
No.
So if any one of the viewers wants to bestow a hero point onto
Tiny,
Olam,
tiny,
we will
tiny.
give you a
So many
small moment.
Yeah. Nah.
Stop your gaming for 5 seconds.
We'll give it a small moment.
Darius did get a fortification though.
Yeah, but that's on the start of next.
So
I think we specifically agreed that we don't do this with heroes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
We don't take hero
Um,
points.
Fair
So
enough.
I
Right.
just do it
So you
now
just charge
and
it up,
next
charge
round.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Charge it.
It has been. Oh, there we go. Methadine has given you an arrow point. So you can
Sorry, Charlie.
re-roll it if you want.
Come on, come on. You got this. You got this.
Okay, we haven't been following a lot of rules this session.
Whoa.
All right,
Roll with confidence.
17 or higher. Here we go.
Great.
That is a 19. No,
No, it's
that's
a 10
another
again.
fucking 10.
You're 10. Even with the reroll, the dice have spoken. This was
Karma.
always supposed to be a 10.
I also hit them.
But Methadine, thank you very much for your
Thank you.
bestowed
Oh, then
luck.
hopefully for next round.
All right.
I mean, if you're handing them out, yes, please.
But with that, Olam, you were charging it up, and I will say though, like the rest of you, you have seen Olam do this beforehand, so it might be indeed fortuitous to keep these bastards aligned.
And maybe put one there.
Yeah. Which brings us to the artifact, which bestows 2 width of energy, brought to you by Nideko. As Tarush, you get a fortification, so your next saving throw will be a little bit better. And Edge, you get a shield, so the next attack, you can take some hits now, or some misses now because you're.
I like how
So
the
I mean,
shield
a
goes to
tankier
Edge.
than usual.
You are. All right. So, which brings us to this owlbear, who does exactly nothing because he has stun 3,
Yeah.
and
Wait,
then
no
to
longer
Edge.
done now, right?
No. At the end, but you can see like he is on his last limbs right now.
That's the, yeah. Let's go.
Edge, what do you do? And after Kurobi.
Don't help Tarush, it's not in your style. It's not your style. He's probably gonna blast you with his spell if you help him.
What do you do, Edge?
The thing is, though,
Yeah.
I know what Olam's gonna do.
Yeah.
This guy's incapacitated, so I don't need to focus on it. And
No.
3 owlbears to just kind of surround Tarush. And I am trying to be better.
To be fair, do you know she's doing it?
He is part of the. Of course
just
that's
said-
in her-
Yes.
He just said it. He just said
Ah,
it.
yeah.
and
No,
she's
I will say,
alive, so-
I will say, like Olam was like stealth behind the rocks, and she just like came up with Kamehameha
yeah,
blast
yeah,
at the
yeah.
ready.
So, yeah, I'm gonna run up to the owlbear that's below Tarush.
All right. Like over here, you mean? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. all right.
And I'm gonna. Is it facing me and the elemental?
Well, technically, yeah, but facing isn't really a thing anymore within Pathfinder.
Okay.
The last that you saw, yes. Last that you saw, yes.
Okay.
But we haven't gotten to its turn yet.
It's an owl.
I'm gonna start punching it.
Like, oh my god, yeah, the owlbear, just, like, Tarush tried to hit it, and the owlbear just goes, like, his head, like, 180 degrees to the back.
Woo, bitch!
Get out of my way.
Alright, flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Whack, whack.
First one is a 24.
24 hits.
Nice. Second one is a 28, including the.
Yeah, so
Penalty?
close. So close. It's just a normal hit. You needed a 29 on a critical hit.
Hang on, maybe I math wrong because I rolled a natural 19.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Minus 4 is 15. Plus 13 is 28.
28, yeah. Sorry.
Still, at least one of them hits. So.
Well, both
that'd be
hit.
strike.
Like, they both hit. They're just not critical hits.
Yeah, but again, at least one of them hits. So stunning
Oh,
strike.
Strike.
okay.
Fort save DC 20, please.
That's a 5 on the die
Yeah, and so
for a total of 18. So he is stunned 1.
he's gonna die.
Yeah.
He's not in the line I'm going to make.
Yeah, those 3 are good.
Still though.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like those 3 are good. So I'm gonna focus on this one to get the attention away from Tarush because, yeah, bully's being bullied.
That's
That is 6 damage for the first hit.
Oh, and guys, by the way, Methadine has spent all of the channel points. Each and every one of you has another hero point at the ready.
Hey, oh.
So,
oh, we're not following rules. Oh, I'm going to feed myself.
You open the gates. Right. It's like once you open the gates, you can't stop the flood. You know.
I
damn
keep
it.
feeding everybody but myself because I'm not
I do
allowed
not
to
get
feed myself.
Here's Charlie.
Ass.
Don't get him as well.
I mean, obviously.
And Methadine spent only half. So Methadine, if you wanna do more story stuff, of course you can also do that. Vincent, did we restart the story wildcards?
No.
Oh, could we? Because right now with Evan going away, which was the story wildcard of Hideko, by the way.
Yay! Creepy weird hermit guy.
So yeah.
Self-insert.
God damn it.
Did you catch the damage for the first one? Because I've already forgotten what I rolled.
6,
I
you said
did 6.
Okay.
6, 7.
Alright. And damage for the second one is 8.
All right. Whack whack.
Schmeck, schmeck, schmeck.
Which gives you one last action to use. After which we go to Crowan. Better have your plan.
Yeah, cool.
Can I
best bet.
possibly use intimidation to goad him to keep it focused on me?
You do get a minus because you can't understand your language. But that's possible.
Pretty sure that if I just hiss and snarl at him.
I'm just telling you the rules. I'm not telling you how the
Let's
DM rules
see
it.
here.
Put your middle finger up.
Nature. Yeah, no. This would be a nature check, like command an animal.
Jimmy, why? Global genocide and punching up the anti-lux.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's
Thank you,
absolutely
thank you.
beautiful.
Balance in all things. Balance in all things. Thank you, thank you. All right, but yeah. So no, this would be nature because you're commanding an animal, sort of.
Okay. I did put some points in nature because I've been reading my daddy's book. Okay. 19.
19. I will. Just gonna take a look at the deafened condition real quick. If it says anything about like you wanting to make sounds, is also
No.
I mean, I'm gonna just be like growling.
Yeah, she's not gonna make a word. They're not gonna make a word or something.
okay. Yeah. So, but if you perform an action with the auditory traits, and this would be the auditory, that would have the auditory trait. This is something that
Okay.
you do with your mouth. You have to make a DC 5 flat check. So we will say this will be, what was it on a die?
12 on the die.
All right. So you made your flat check. So now go ahead and make the. Yeah.
You roll.
I remember there was something because if you can't hear yourself, then it also becomes very difficult to like make the right noises.
I'm
and,
not
like,
singing. I'm just.
It's what
no, but it has. But it has the.
Oh, suddenly we're following the rules.
Charlie.
That is way worse. Can I switch those?
I'm afraid not. No,
Maybe not.
15. The owlbear is standing between you, who give him a couple of whacks, but also against a ball of fire. And for now, the owlbear is more interested in being on fire than it seems to be interested
being on
you.
fire or not being on fire?
Well, but both.
Yeah,
like
fire.
his attention is going to the being on
Well,
fire.
as long as the attention isn't going to Tarouche.
Well, up until now, Tarouche hasn't done anything to it. So, yeah, but for real, like Tarouche tried to electrocute it, but as far as it knows, Tarouche is
I'm
just
being
like
nice here. Just give me
like-
this moment, okay? I'm trying
It's
to
just sitting
keep
up in a
Tarouche
tree
from-
clam going.
crow it. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move right there between the two owlbears.
All right.
I suppose I'm still out of the line of blasting from Olam.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
think
you
we'll-
would be, but you wouldn't really know.
I wouldn't really know. Okay.
But right now you can
I
still.
trust Olam to that
You
blast.
see up in front of you a line basically of 3 owlbears. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can look to your left and look to your right, and you see no owlbears.
Yeah.
They're all on like in front of you.
Okay.
So you're not in between them.
And I'm gonna whack the owlbear that Edge has whacked with my big mace, and then with my big.
Wait, you're not gonna finish the incapacitated one?
No, Olam's gonna finish the incapacitating one.
You hope.
That's the plan.
Lam can blast all 3 of them.
Olam's just gonna flank me and just gonna deny the advantage. Of
All right.
it,
So
fine.
go ahead and make your attacks.
First with the mace, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. How much did I have? I think I had 12, so that's a 18.
18 misses, I'm afraid.
Okay, so I'm not gonna use the dagger.
You're gonna shank him.
Dagger is, let's see, he is automatically flat-footed. 12 minus 4, that's 30, 20, 26.
26 hits.
Normal hit, right?
Yeah, normal hits.
Let's see. No, just one. Just so 3 plus 2d6 because I sneak attack it. So that's 11, but it's 15 damage.
15 points of damage. Nice. All right. Which brings us to the beast that you have been attacking up until now. Right now, it is surrounded by a flame elemental, Edge that is giving a couple of whacks, but now also you that is stabbing it from the side. Let's see who it targets. Right, that would be Edge. All right, so Edge, as the one that is whacking it from the front, even though that you didn't really goad it, it does seem to view you as the biggest threat. So here comes the hurt.
One attack, right?
Here comes
Because it's done 2, right?
Well, it still has 2 actions.
Oh, still.
So it's still only stunned 1, right? So the first attack is a natural 1. So
Does
that
it hurt itself in its confusion?
No. Do you hurt yourself in your confusion if you roll a natural 1?
I probably would.
So from now on, every time you roll a natural 1, you will do damage? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah.
He got you there.
No, it only
stunned
says
1, right?
it's going to be stunned 1 or 3 on a
Yeah,
critical
yeah.
failure.
Okay, so-
There's nothing about stun
attacks.
So the first attack misses. Second one, however, comes in at a total of... That would be a talon attack. 28 to hit against you, but you still have your shield.
That's a +5 to my AC?
Mm-hmm.
Then that misses.
All right.
Wait. Meets it, beats it, right?
Meets it, beats it. Yeah.
Yeah, then it just...
Ah, damn. All right, so the shield shatters underneath the claw of the Owlbear, and
have
it
protection?
deals. Oh God.
Something from the chat? Didn't you have something?
Yeah, I had a shield. That took my AC up to 28, which I rolled.
But it can only deal 9 points of damage to you.
That's fine, I'm fine.
So
I'm fine.
Great.
I'm gonna grab a...
Great.
That the first points of damage have been dealt to you. Woohoo! Which brings us to Jack.
Jock?
I am first off together with Jessie. I'm still. She's on my shoulder. I'm forming a ball of roots. She's kind of doing the same, and I shoot Tanglefoot at the owlbear that's standing closest to me.
Ah, okay.
Try to keep it in its place for Olam.
Very
in this
nice.
Moment.
Yeah.
Give it back. That will be a. That's low.
Why don't we do this, Jack?
You have a hero point if you would like to spend it.
I think that would be smart.
Tanglefoot's almost never work.
No, but this is gonna work.
You always fail your Tanglefoot.
Yeah.
You only once succeeded against a peasant.
You're right.
An 18.
Holy shit.
18?
No.
18 misses.
It's your weak spot.
I rolled a 4. That's with my hero point. I rolled a 6.
Okay, so the Tanglefoot, you summon it and throw it at the owlbear, and it does hit, and it like tangles like a little bit around its feathers, and it just like turns its owl face down like, ew.
It just
But
looks
that's
like a cool harness.
Yes.
I also like how it's such a matter of principle that you use your hero point on a cantrip. You're just like, no, I need it to hit.
You want this to
I
happen.
need it to hit. Like my ego.
I needed to keep it in place.
So,
But I'm gonna go over to the fire method, and I can do 2. I'm gonna do 2 attacks.
right.
Starting out with the first. Let's have a quick look. That's gonna be a 22.
22 hits.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll damage for it already. Let's have a look at D6. That's 3 points of piercing damage, and I'm gonna do some fire damage as well. 4 points of fire damage.
Ooh, 7 points of damage on the first hits.
And let's have a look for another one. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna hit. That's gonna be a 18 again. So
18 just misses. So as this small, like, fire elemental goblin-like creature with small wings, large nose is just like there, it had just exhaled fire. And by the way, the owlbear is still on fire. It's still like embers running across its fur. It now just goes into this gleeful and it just begins to like rake it with its claws, making small wounds and singeing the wounds with the fire elementalness of it. All right, which brings us to Tarush.
Yeah, alright. So Tarush is gonna... Wait, what am I doing wrong here?
Talking too much.
Wait, which one was for you again? There we go. No, so Tarush is gonna move back just a couple of steps
It's 3 attacks of opportunity.
here. And I'm trying to look up.
And I'll be like,
Alarm be like,
Yeah, but one's going to
Oh.
walk to him.
For some
It's not
reason,
in alignment.
the spell is no longer on
What
Okay,
spell are you looking for?
Gritty Wheeze.
Gritty.
my head.
Gritty. Wheeze.
If you fuck up Olam's plan, Edge is gonna hate you again.
You exhale.
I just
15-foot cone.
Yeah,
People need
exactly.
to make a fortitude save or take bludgeoning damage.
thank you. For some reason,
and
it's not
might
working.
be dazzled. All right, so you wanna make a gritty wheeze?
Yes.
Very well. Which is also a way that you could describe Tarush's like gritty wheeze of a voice. Alright,
So yeah, Tarush gathers in dust and sand that just erupts from the ground into his mouth, which he then blows out at the 3 owlbears. So I got it here now.
I'm afraid, like 1, 2. Yeah. So.
You grant it or do you not grant it?
Yeah, I granted. I rolled a 15. Normally, like a 15-foot cone would be difficult to hit all 3, but for now, I'll give it to
They're
you.
big. Yeah, so yeah.
So yeah, okay. So you can
sorry.
target all 3.
What are we talking about?
The 15. It's only a 15-foot cone, and it would be difficult to target all 3 of them. So I was like thinking to myself, is it possible to do this? And then I just rolled a die, and it was a 15, and I said, yes, you can target all 3 of them.
But then doesn't that also catch Crowley?
No, because it is a 15-foot cone.
So,
So the
out of
furthest it goes is like 3 squares. The Crowan is exactly out of range.
Great job.
Alright, so fortitude saves. Natural 20. On the first, a math on the second? No. A 28 on the second and a 24 on the third.
Damn.
Yeah, high saves all round.
Okay. Well, that was not a super effective use of that spell.
Also, you have to roll a DC 5 check. Oh no, wait, no, never mind. No, because
Not auditory?
That
Alright,
would
so
be 3 damage for the normal failures then.
No more successes yet.
Normal successes, thank you.
Right.
And I don't want to mitigate Tarush, but you wizards and spellcasters usually focus on the weak saves of an enemy, and fortitude on a bear is that their weakest save.
Hey, no one communicated this to me.
You're smart. You're supposed
Sorry.
to know
He's
this.
a city boy. He's
Sorry,
a rich
what was the
city
amount?
boy.
I had a PowerPoint presentation
3
about
points.
it.
Already halved. Already halved.
Which
3
you,
points of damage was already halved.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
which you recounted repeatedly as we were walking over here.
But none of them seem to actually be stunned in that way,
Indeed.
or sorry, dazzled. So, as their turns come up, this one is going to take 1 step forward and going to make 2 attacks against you, Tarush.
Okay.
The first one is going to come in at a 27 to hit,
That's a hit.
and
I think it's good.
let me see here.
You just singe one of their butts.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so right now it is just going to grab you with the second action. So the claw attack that I made has the grab thing, so it automatically succeeds on the grab. So as it just takes 1 large step forward, it basically pushes you to the ground with its claw, and it now has you in its claw for a total of, that's 16 points of damage.
Nice.
Damn.
And it has you grabbed, and you can already see like the mouth opening up, but that's all the turns that it has right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then the second one, Crowan. Yeah, he's going to try and attack you.
Bring it, biatch.
So the first one is gonna come in at a 27 again to hit.
That's gonna be a hit.
All right, then second action, he's going to grab you. So he's basically doing the same thing, like bear hug, both claws pushing you down for a total of 8 points of damage.
Yeah, that's on the first attack, yeah.
Yeah, and then, so for the second action, he is going to grab you, and then with the third action, I'm gonna need you, yada yada yada. Yeah, so he is going to try to disembowel you.
Oh, nice.
So he is going to try and make a beak attack. Natural 20.
That's nice.
So that is going to be a critical hit with his beak.
Yeah.
And if the strike hits, the target must attempt a will save or become fucked.
If you have an anti-luck for Wouter, this is the time to use it, Vincent.
How big is the will save?
You know what? No, I will let you. I will use one of my anti-lucks to give you.
Thanks for saying anti-luck and reminding him, you dick.
Why you gotta stir the fucking pot, Charlie?
Thank you, Charlie.
I rolled 2!
All right, so
You're a dick!
You're gonna get us killed, bitch.
He shows 2. Oh my god! Y'all are so salty. I love it.
all right.
I'm licking your tears.
I feel your pain.
I'm pretending to lick Maxime's microphone because I want to be a bit respectful, but imagine me licking it.
Lick
All right,
it.
so-
Do it.
What you guys see is this one owlbear, like Crowan was attacking the other one next to you, Edge, and it turns around just too late. As you can see, the owlbear scoop Crowan up, push him to the ground, and then in like a victorious roar that you guys can't hear, he just begins to beak and disembowel, and blood goes everywhere. You take 30 points of damage for the critical hits,
Nice.
bringing you down to 20 hit points. And you are slowed 1 and sickened 1, as your abdomen is just being disemboweled, and you can see like pieces of your flesh being ripped out by this owlbear's
Do
beak.
you have any healing
Nice.
potions on you?
You're desperately holding on to one of your colons.
I don't know if an healing potion can help against this.
All right,
Is that the amount of D4s that you need?
Olam,
Which?
which brings us to Olam.
Yeah.
How far does your spell range? Because I am standing at the end of this.
If we use
120.
If we go
I need one
on
more.
the line, you should hit. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, you're in the line?
Yeah, he's in the line.
Oh, you're going to die, I'm
I'll
sorry.
say he's in the line. All right,
Oh, yeah, no, I just,
yeah.
before I was going to like call this,
It is
I
what it
was
is.
Yeah,
like,
and-
I can
and,
do
like-
this on third
Tarush
level.
moved and one of them went down with him.
Yeah,
No,
when I
it's
do this on
okay, it's
third
okay.
level, it's like
Like this?
16 d4s.
Tarush taking a couple of steps down might have also like saved his hit points a lot, because now the owlbear also needed to move.
By the way, I have 13 hit points, not 20.
13. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
because I had 7 damage from the fall.
How much
Oh,
hit
right.
points do I have?
All right. So, but with that, our turn goes towards Olam. You are going to burst this out. So, Jack, you have a little bit of aid over here, because for one, you are not completely the target of Olam, and second, you are also behind a tree right now.
Oh yeah.
So,
I
so
have
you
a
will
bit of
have
cover.
a I will say, is this very easy or incredibly easy? We'll split the difference. You have a +7 to your save. So there's a really good
Okay.
chance that you can like dodge out of the way and not be targeted at all by this one.
Yeah.
All right, because Olam, your Kamehameha blast.
That's a basic reflex throw.
So I have to roll reflex.
Yeah, so you have to roll a reflex save, and you can add an additional 7 circumstance bonus because you're behind a tree
But if
and not
he
targeted.
fails, he still gets half damage.
He does take the save. So if he critically succeeds, then he takes no damage.
Basic reflex?
Okay.
You have
So
a
let's
hero
take-
point, I believe.
I do have. Do I still have?
No, didn't he use that on his?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Tanglefoot, yes.
Yeah, he did.
So the first owlbear, I think, makes its save with a 22, but it only has 2 hit points left, so that would be okay.
Is dead.
Then they have what is the DC that they need to make?
21.
21. All right, reflex, right?
Yeah.
They have +7 each. So
Aw.
those, all right, so they both make their save.
Why didn't you do
I
Both
make
make
my
their
save as well.
All right, so
Pretty
everybody makes their save.
Just a normal save.
Just
So everybody makes their save. I'm sorry.
Still gonna be a lot of damage.
Still gonna be a hell of a lot of damage.
Roll high. Roll high. Big money, no whammy.
Do you make your save, Jack, or do you critically make it?
No, at 26.
26.
I'm crossing off one of the anti-locks.
Yeah, thanks. There's more?
Are you
There are two.
counting?
Oh,
There are 2 anti-locks left. Anti-lock. Take your time.
40.
40.
Woo! All right, so 40 points of damage,
Oh,
half
I
to,
still
to
have
20.
25 hit points. There you
I'm
go.
fine.
As this laser jettons out and hits
Wait, you got 3
everybody.
points left?
13.
And as the one owlbear now also gets hit in the back, it does turn its head towards you for a moment, Olam, but also looks down at Crowan, its prey still in its claws.
Ooh, and I also like glow extra right now. So everyone that ends their turn adjacent to me gets 1 force damage.
Hell yeah! So we will go ahead and make you
I'm
a
the
little
tank.
bit radiant, right over there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Edge just looks over at her and just goes to themselves. Fuck, she's amazing.
And with that, you see the first owlbear that was just barely getting up now, like on the ground, singeing, like smoke coming off of its back. And as we turn into the 3rd round of combat over here, we will go ahead and take a little break.
Yay!
Yes. Woo.
We're finally
So-
fucking fighting them.
Yep. All right. So right now, the only real bonus that is out there is a fortification for Tarouche.
No, there's another one.
So,
Diego just.
oh, Diego just did it?
bought
Oh, right.
one.
And a healing word for Crowan.
Ah,
All right. So,
didn't really need it. Thank
so
you.
you'll get a
Diego.
little bit of healing back.
Well, I mean,
but
I can make it over to you and hand you a lesser one that I have.
I'm gonna show you what I can do
But-
very quickly.
but all
no,
that-
you
You'll
have
be
battle
very
medicine.
impressed. Yeah, you're
But
gonna
all
be
that will happen after 15 minutes when we return. So, if in the meantime you want to bestow more bonuses or penalties onto our party, be sure to throw those in.
Bonus
and
is Tim.
And we will get back to the combat in just a few moments. See you then. And we're back. So, to jump back into this beautiful game that we call Pathfinder 2nd Edition, last we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, were busy hunting some owlbears for local nobles as they would trek further onward towards Crowan's hometown of Torsica. Here, you have laid out a lured trap, ambush, if you will, by sacrificing one of your goats named Bramble, God have his soul.
Bitch.
Het almost missed the
Wait,
mistake.
it's still alive, right?
Nice then.
Oh, no.
It is. Alfred jumped in,
Oh.
He got decapitated.
Yeah.
like immediately.
Yeah.
Like Rowan in the
You
next
were
round.
looking up at your spells.
Bow.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that.
By-
It's alive in
By
my heart.
luring the owlbears here with Bramble the goat, you did have some nice, like not surprise rounds or anything, but at least some.
Couple of licks in.
Sorry.
Couple of licks.
Yeah, so a couple of licks in. But now that all the other owlbears are also entering the fray, it seems that the tide might be turning a little bit, as Tarouche has been slashed all the way over his armor, and Crowan has also been slashed, but is now being disemboweled by the owlbear. As the other owlbear that is holding Tarouche in place is looking over at his friend and goes like, "Oh man, that's a good idea," and is going to do that with Tarouche on the next turn as well. But all is not lost. After a gigantic Kamehameha blast from Olam, a lot of damage has been done, and while we were in break, a nice little pulse boom, from the artifact washes over each and every one of you. So on your next d20 roll, each and every one of you will have a +5, courtesy of Methadine, thank you very much, as well as a healing word. So right now, because we are level 5, the healing word will be 5d4, healing to Crowan himself, which will be a total of 7, 8, 9, 12 points of healing back to you, Crowan, as a whiff of green energy enters your body.
Did
And-
not count as divine magic, right?
Why do you ask this?
Because I have a feat called Mortal and Godless Healing, which is disturbed if I am healed by divine.
Like would it be detrimental to you if this would
Yeah, it
trigger?
would definitely be.
Okay. In that case, the artifact is way too silly to be considered divine.
Chaotic.
Great.
Chaotic.
magic.
It's chaotic healing.
Great.
Not even that. It is like omnipresence. Omnipresent healing magic. This
12, you said, right?
12, yes. Tarush, if you would need to make a will save on the next turn for like the disembowelment, you will have a +5 on that because you still have the fortification. And so once again, each and every one of you has a pulse. With that being said, combat continues as the one dead owlbear is not going to have his turn, but the very much alive Edge is. What do you do?
Gee, what am I gonna do? A pop, flurry of blows.
All right, right now, as your fellow combatants have moved out of the way, you are no longer flanking with the bitch. So he is not flat-footed to you. You can take a couple of steps to your left to be at least in somewhat of a harrowing position with Crowan.
Crowan's being disemboweled. Is he really?
Still though, like he's still threatening. Like he can still attack.
Then I'll do that. I'll take a step to the left, and I will flurry of blows. Boom. That is a natural 20.
Nice.
Plus 18, including the pulse, which is a 38.
Damn, yeah. The crit is crit that would ever crit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stunning strike. And the second one is 24.
24 hits.
Cool. Alright, first one was a crit.
46.
14 damage on the first one.
Did you
And
double the plus one?
a DC 20 fort save, please.
DC, how many, sorry?
20.
20. With a 25, it makes
Yeah,
it.
it makes second one.
Yeah.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. The first one was 14, right?
Yes.
All right. As you begin to whack this owlbear from the side, you have learned the physique that is underneath all of these feathers, and your monkish training can find all those pinpoints. You feel bones begin to snap underneath the weights, and this owlbear is also very close to death's door.
Okay. Then I am going to use my last action.
And then we're back to you.
Yeah, I have a pen.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it and let my lightning crackle through my tattoos into my fingers, and I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna do my
All right.
a lightning blast.
Hell yeah.
It's 29 to hit.
29 critically hit.
Without the penalty?
You do have to take
Wait,
your
wait.
multiple attack.
I didn't do the full penalty. 29 is 25.
25.
that's
Okay,
just a
so a
normal
normal
hit.
hits.
8. That is 8 electric damage.
Ooh. All right, so Edge, as you begin to whack, the electricity begins to crackle almost as if you're like accelerated. And then with the last one, the electricity courses through the owlbear. The entire being shudders until like the beak outstretches towards the sky and
Dramatic.
thumps down to the ground, unalived.
Unalive.
All right, so
And I'm gonna use my free action to yell at Crowan, "You okay?"
and the only thing Cronin can see is your lips move because earmuffs.
Completely forgot about
Yeah.
that. Never mind.
All right, Crowan, 2 dead, 2 alive. What about you?
I'm no longer grappled.
You are still grappled. Yes.
Maybe it's dead.
No, the other one was grappling.
Ah, the other one.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
And it's the grabbed condition. Yeah. Grabbed
Grabbed.
is what they call it in 5th edition.
Grab means you cannot move.
Yeah, I
And
know.
if you have anything with the manipulate trait,
Yeah,
DC
that's what I'm
5.
gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna first try and heal myself with a combat medicine.
All right, so you first need to make a DC 5 flat check.
I'm gonna increase the DC of it by 5 of the second. I'm just saying I'm gonna try and DC 20 medicine check to
make
get
it
me
more
more
healed.
heavy.
Yeah. All right, but first,
That's 5. It's a 9.
9 is higher than 5.
Okay, now I need to roll 6 or more.
Die.
16. Okay, I'm fine.
All right, so but that also means that it's still a critical success.
It's always a critical success with me.
Oh, snap. All right, so while you are still being held in place by large owlbear claws and the beak is beginning to ravage you, with one hand you just like, not right now, push the beak away and just administer some drugs to you.
I was kind of imagining him like being eaten and like pushing it away to quickly bandage himself.
Okay.
Well, I'll ask you this, like how does your battle medicine work?
It's basically I drop my dagger to give myself a free hand, so I can basically pick up whatever I need and basically.
Yeah, so you just drug yourself like a stim pack.
Yeah,
for
stim
now.
pack.
Yeah,
And
okay.
It gives me standard plus 15 hit points and then 48.
Woo.
Because it's
All right.
always a critical success. So 6, 1, 7, 6, so that's 13, and then 7. So 35 hit points back.
35.
I'm almost at full.
Well, what is your maximum hit points right now?
I was at 58 maximum, and I received 45 damage.
Well,
Fine,
you also had the healing of the.
Yeah, so I'm at
word.
47 back, so I'm back at full.
Yeah, so you're at 85.
Thanks for the
58, right?
Thanks for the healing. I'm at 58.
58. Yeah. All right. So with that, you are all the way back to from whence you came, and that was only your first action. What is the second two?
I am explode, so I don't have the
Yeah. So you only have one.
I'm just gonna strike the one that's. No, I'm gonna try to release myself from the grapple finish.
Pull away. All right. So go ahead. That would be an athletics check. Acrobatics check against his athletics DC.
I don't have the +5 anymore, but it's 25.
25 succeeds. So
Nice.
with that, you rip yourself away from the owlbear and are once again free to do as you please.
I
and
yell.
not be disemboweled.
Nobody hears it, but I yell, "Come at me, bro!" I'm back.
Which brings us to Jack.
Shock.
I think the Tangle Food is gonna hit this time.
It's only a bad movement, man.
No, I'm messing.
Maybe focus on damage? I don't know.
I was thinking the same thing. I think together with Jesse, I am going to send electric to the nearest owlbear, and I'm gonna do electric arc.
All right, so you're gonna target both of them then. So electric arc can target both.
Can actually, yes.
Yeah. So are those reflex saves on the
Yeah,
owlbear?
it's a basic reflex.
All right. First one is 17. Second one 26.
So the 17 it fails, and 26 succeeds.
All right. So go ahead and roll damage.
Let's have a quick look. I can. That's 5 points of damage.
I'm sorry.
What's the problem?
They're being childish.
Right now.
No, I was just like, oh, you can hit multiple people with electric arc. We were just giggling about that.
We love you.
I want to hit through. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna hit 2 owlbears. I'm gonna hit 1 owlbear and Tarouche.
This, that's yours.
Oh, plus my spellcasting modifier. That's not a 5. That's a 9.
All right. So right now
Nine.
it would be 3d4 plus your spellcasting. Right.
Titan?
3d4.
Yeah. For because right now.
Oh,
no,
that
sorry.
heightened plus
No.
1 equal is for every heightened.
Yeah. Wait. Charlie, remind me again. Is heightened for every spell level?
Well,
how-
normally it says heightened and then the level, but now it says
Yeah, but
heightened
like
plus
cantrips,
1.
cantrips you always cast.
Currently, we are heightened to
Right. Yeah. So it's 3d4 plus your spellcasting.
Okay, so 9 plus that's 12 points of damage.
12 points of
I
damage.
was already figuring out why it said +1 and the other one said 4 level this, you get this.
All right. So the first one takes the full 12 points of damage, and then the second one still takes the 6. As a sort of like chain lightning hits both of the owlbears, but the first one gets burst a little bit more, and you can see like your small rat familiar, a little bit like unlimited power. With his small rat paws just out of it. It's very cute, but also terrifying. All right. You still also have your summoned.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna.
Thingamajig?
I was almost thinking about doing a cantrip because it can do cantrips, but then I figured out no I'm just gonna do the jaws again. So we're gonna start out with.
Well, right now it also needs to take one of its actions to move because the one that it was assaulting has already died by the hands of Edge. Like this one has already died.
Yeah, in that case I'm gonna move just on top of it. It can fly. It's flying. So.
Oh, that's flying speed. Oh,
Yeah. So
perfect.
I'm just gonna.
Wait.
hang above it. And I'm gonna do 20. That's a 27 to hit.
27 hits. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Which one do you want to hit? The one next to
Tarouche.
Crowan or?
The one next to Crone. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, which part are you confused about?
The flying flame.
The flying flame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Fair enough.
That's,
I just think it's dangerous.
5 points of damage and 2 points of fire damage. So
Alright.
7 and
7 total. Hell yeah. Which brings us to Tarouche.
All right. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's time to do another shocking grasp. Hopefully, I will be useful this one round of combat.
Yay!
He might survive another round.
Nah.
Yeah, I have low hopes as well. I first use my conducting gauntlet. I get a +5 from the pulse. So that brings us to a 13. I'm rolling with a +18.
Oh, Maxime, did you incorporate the +5 to your methods roll?
+5?
You had a
Pulse.
pulse, so the first d20 roll that you would make.
No, I didn't. It was 27. That would become
Yeah,
a
so that would
20 a 32.
Yeah, so that would be a critical hit. So I'm gonna write down an additional 7 points of damage.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, Tarouche, go ahead.
16 plus 18, 34.
34. Hell yeah, crits. Go
Perfect.
ahead and give me them nice little numbers.
You managed to do it, Charlie. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, me too.
You rolled with your wrists. You had faith in it.
What's that?
That's 8 total.
8. All right, 16 damage.
16 points of damage to this here mofo. As this time the gauntlet does indeed find purchase because he has still grabbed you, so you can easily just grab onto him and electrocute him all the way through.
And the remaining energy from the spell, it warps back around me, creating this quasi-telekinetic and electrical shield around me.
All right, so you cast shield with your last action. Which brings us to these two ferocious beasts. The first one, he's going to try and disembowel you, as he is going to use the gnaw action. So he's going to make a talent strike against you. The +14 for a total of, that's a natural 19 for a total of 34 to hit.
I use
33, sorry, 33.
I use my suggestion from earlier. Roll again. I use an anti-luck. No, that hits obviously.
All right, is it a critical hit? 33.
Yeah. I don't think he has 20. He has. Let please.
It is.
What's your AC?
Exactly a critical hit.
Oh,
My
yeah.
AC right now is 23.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So do realize that you can use your shield reaction
I know.
to also, right? Okay, so that is going to be.
I think he's gonna use it to disembowel.
Well, the disembowel is going to be a save, and he also already has 4 to 5, so that's 10 plus 7 plus 12 is 29 points of damage to you.
So that becomes 19.
All right, as you
I
use
use
your,
my shield to reduce it by 10.
All right, so and as it begins to tear through your shield, oh wait, you only had 16 hit points left. Is that correct?
I have 7. Oh, your number is incorrect.
Sorry, what was?
But right now I'm at. What did you do? Damage?
So it was 29 points of damage,
Yeah.
reduced to 19.
I'm still 0.
You're still at 0? All right. So
Aw.
with that, the disemboweling goes a little bit too well, as you can see, like Tarouche, like struggling against it, and then just arms going to the side for a moment.
Disembowel? I had it so as well already.
Yeah. So that's the first action. Second, he or this beast is going to take
Step on
a
his
step
face.
on top of you, Tarouche, and then goes in for one final talon attack against Edge. For it was almost a. Oh no, wait, no. Oh yeah, it was almost a natural 20, but it turned back towards a 18.
Misses.
Misses. All right. As the last one is still holding on to you, Crowan, but it has to continue to do so.
It's no longer holding on to me.
Oh no, wait, no, you broke free. Yeah. So
Broke
it is just going to unleash
Hell.
heck upon you, with the first attack coming in for a 20 to hit.
Misses.
The second attack coming in at a 25 to hit.
I'm gonna 25. Yeah, that hits.
That hits. All right. And then, yeah, he likes to grab you and then disembowel you again. So, so yeah, he's just going to grab you with his last action. So
Okay.
you take a total of 15 points of damage, bringing you back to 43. But then we turn to Orlam.
If I stand above the two, can I make a 15-foot cone?
If you, sorry, come again?
I want to stand above them
Uh-huh.
and make a 15-foot cone and hit them both.
But what is your movement speed?
That is good question. 25.
25? Yeah, you won't be able to make it though, because you're too far away. Like you're at a very safe distance, which is nice for keeping your hit points, but also bad for taking their hit points.
I
Can
guess.
she get on top of the owlbear that died first?
Well, like this is a rock right over here, so she would have to walk alongside it. So this would be like 7.5, 15, 20, and then difficult terrain because like it's a large corpse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be difficult to
Okay,
get there.
then I'm going to.
Like you can, but that would be like you just walking this round, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm going to try and moonbeam
Mm-hmm.
the one of the wing slash arms of the
Good guy.
alive owlbear with
Yeah,
Crowan.
next to Crowan. All right. So is that an attack roll on your part, or is it a save on mine?
That is an attack on my part.
Go.
All right.
You have it full? I think so, right?
Yes, we all have one. What did that do again?
Plus
5.
Okay. That is a 6 plus my spell
5 is
attack
11.
roll. Wait. So 11 is 16 is 22.
22 hits.
Nice.
Woohoo! By the power of the pulse.
Nice.
The d6s. The d6s. No, I got the d6s. It is a 3. Yes.
Go get them D6s,
I
child.
get them d6s out of my bag. That is 14.
14 points of damage. All right. So, as Crowan is still enveloped in combat by this Brooker, you summon your moonbeam and hit it square in the face.
No, the wing arm.
sorry,
I want to
sorry.
take it off for Evan.
Ooh, you want to? I will say right now, like from the clouds above, they part and the moon shines down as a laser-pointed beam jettons downward, singes the feathers, skin, and flesh underneath. But for now, the arm still holds tight.
I wanna move closer to him still.
All right. Where do you want to move?
Now can I go like this around, so
You certainly
above and then as close as I can.
What was your movement speed again?
25.
25. So like 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, for example. We could do, or like 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right over
Yeah,
there?
Yeah.
All right.
Over there.
And then you still have like Moonbeam is only one action.
No, it's
right?
2.
Oh, it's 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be that.
That's me.
As we see if the chat has bestowed any of you with any more.
I think
Beautiful
Ronnie's
balloon.
B gave us an elemental.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Nice. So with that, the pulse has completed, and Chronies B has some nice fire damage to the owlbear with the least damage. All right.
So.
So
Fighting Terouche. Oh yeah, Hunter.
okay, yeah. So that would be the one fighting Terouche. So
that's the
that'll
one.
be another.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cross talk, but it's the one on top of Terouche. So does that mean that Terouche also takes the fire damage?
No, the artifact's
Okay.
perfect. The artifact's
Okay.
perfect.
Great.
All right. So with this, the elemental spark jettons outward for 5, an even 10 points of damage.
It helps.
As it is jettoned from the side by the fire blast from the fourth wall-breaking artifact the chat has so gracefully bestowed upon us. Also, by the way, thank you for your attention, Raiders. Welcome to this beautiful stream. Little bit in between now that I saw that you entered. during combat, we have all of these different channel point things that you can buy if you stick around for a little while, and where you can actually like do things in combat, and also out of combat create different illusions and the like, because we like to like experiment with different ways that our viewers can interact with us.
Yeah, and we're also very grateful for validating our existence. Until Dice thanks you.
So, with that short little announcement out of the way, we continue into the Owlbear onslaught. The elemental spark has jetted outward, which brings us to Edge. 2 owlbears, both heavily damaged by yourself and your companions, stand between you and the death of Tarouche.
I am going to attempt to use my flurry of blows to try and kick it back a bit. Yeah, no. Okay, flurry of blows, 2 attacks, one action. I'm gonna kick it in the stomach and then
Okay.
punch it.
Key.
Stomach one, I don't think hits. It's 19.
19? No, I'm sorry. If Jack was just standing a little bit more threatening, then yes, but...
Oh no, I think I've used all my good rolls.
Ugh.
The last one is
12. Alright. So, it does indeed seem that seeing Tarouche fall to the ground, his like armor shifted to the side a little bit, a small pool of blood beginning to appear underneath him after the owlbears were disemboweling him. It does throw you off a little bit, and these waxes, deafened by like the thick feathery exterior of these beasts, do not deal any damage.
I'm going to heed my experience with the imp and focus on my lightning again.
Alright.
Maybe crackle into my eyes a bit too. That looks very not good at all. That's 13.
And this time you do unleash a bolt of electricity, but not strong and charged up enough to actually damage it. As you take a look up in the tree, and there you can see Nox just standing there, your small little ape familiar, just like a little bit scared, like, is everything going okay down there?
He's fine. He's fine. He's up there. He's fine. He's good.
Which brings us to Crowan.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I just don't know what to do
Oh.
right now.
Excuse me.
Can I attempt to tackle it off of Tarouche?
You can attempt an athletics check against his
It's a
athletics
fucking
DC
bear.
to push it
I
up.
don't care. You told me to be nice to Tarouche, so I'm being nice.
Go ahead.
That's still with the multi-attack bonus, right?
Afraid so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a fucking big money, no worries. What's a 22 minus 8?
14. So with that, as you whack, whack, no real damage is done. Electricity pulses out. You just go, fuck it. And you just go into this sort of bear hug with the owlbear, trying to push him away, but your feet just can't catch any grip on the ground for now.
Don't care.
All right, Crowan,
Trying to push him off.
what do you do?
I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me. Intimidate on the owlbear.
But now it's
Natural
more...
20.
Oh, snap. All right, so I hate to break it to you. This is the auditory trait.
No.
So that was...
Intimidating glare, bitch.
Oh crap! You don't have to. You don't have to. But then also, I'm afraid that you didn't say that one-liner.
What? Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I said it, but he
Yeah.
All right.
Thought it to himself.
You got
With
you,
that-
you got to choose, man.
Yeah.
You got to choose between being awesome and useful.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is now frightened 2.
Mm-hmm. Indeed it is.
That means that he is also, because of my dread striker feat, flat-footed against me.
Ooh.
So I can bash his head in with my mace.
Go ahead and make your attack.
19 plus 12, it's 31.
31. That is exactly what you need for a critical hit like this.
Yeah, it was flat-footed, so I had even
Oh
more.
crap! Yeah, even more so.
Okay, then it's standard with my sneak attack 46s, so I need to roll 86s.
Woo!
Okay. That's 14 on the first roll. Yeah. Ooh, that's a bit 9, so that's 14 plus 9 is 23 plus 8. That's 31 damage.
So, last turn, you were pushed to the ground, grabbed in place, and started to be disemboweled. Then, you slapped the owlbear off of you, grabbed him by the beak, pushed him off while administering some medicine to yourself. The adrenaline is pumping through your veins. Bloodshot eyes from the maybe not so safe stim pack that you administered to yourself. And Edge, while you were trying to push this one away, you can see Crone just like...
No, that's this one I'm hitting.
Yeah. But like,
but that's
while
like
Edge,
from behind.
while Edge is trying to push away this one, he can see they can see you pushing the other one up, and just, and with it the owlbear goes up in the sky, falls to its back,
This
dead.
is how we do.
Hell yeah!
Cut me, please.
You still have one action left, and then we go to Jack.
I intimidated him on the first action, so...
Yeah, intimidate, attack.
I'm no longer slowed?
Oh crap. Good question. Go ahead. Oh yeah, as long as you remain sickened. So,
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah. So until you actually try to get away from the sickened condition, this is all that she wrote.
I'll be fine.
Jack,
Yes.
Crone is lying in a pool of its own blood, just 3 meters away from you. Tarush, sorry. God damn it.
You almost made me care.
Damn.
Why?
Why?
No,
Oh my god.
what I'm gonna do is as follows. I'm gonna start off with a nice acid splash to serve as a starter. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I make a spell attack. Did I still have extra hero points?
No, you
No,
do not.
you're
You
being.
just suck.
You're being.
It won't change if you ask it every turn.
Well,
Until it does.
Well, I don't get the notification. I don't get many notifications of
Yeah.
points being spent. So that's a 14.
14 misses as a globule of acid splashes against the hard underbrush of this wintertime forest.
That's okay. That's okay because I also still have a method, and it has been 2 rounds. So I'm going to breathe fire upon it again.
Alright.
Yeah, it needs to a reflex save.
Reflex.
17.
That is a 10
Total.
total.
Okay.
10 total. Oh, it feels.
Full damage. And then you rolled 1.
That's 5 points of damage and 2 points of persistent fire damage.
Alright, so
Or and I have to roll again. That's 2 again. Cool.
alright, so once again one of these beasts is enveloped in flame as the method breathes fire. What is the range of the fire breathing?
15-foot cone, right?
Yeah, 15 foot cone. Yeah.
So he.
Okay,
the
so
the
It'll
method
make it.
could do it without hitting anyone else.
yeah, like yeah, I'll say yeah, sure, yeah. The method is not burning Tarush.
I hate the 50-foot cone.
Well, maybe it can
mechanic.
scorch
It's
the
like,
wounds a little bit.
Eat his boots.
No, like burn it, like make it that he doesn't bleed.
Like cauterize the wounds.
Yeah.
Cauterize the wounds. Do you want to actually attempt this?
Don't.
No.
Don't.
Because
Alright.
it's not even close to burning.
Which brings us to Tarush. Tarush, you are dying and wounded 1, so go ahead and roll me a flat check.
It's a
DC.
fortification of a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a save. So yeah, so you need to make an 11
So 6.
with a +5 on your flat check.
15.
15. All right, so you have stabilized.
Yeah.
As seemingly the fire breath of the Mifid, it didn't really cauterize your wounds, but like the heat that hits your face is enough to let the rest of the party see that you have like grumbling a little bit and begin to move again. You like instinctively move your hand to the wound. You can't really function yet, but you have stabilized.
Perfect.
All right. Which
Where?
brings us to the one that is still on top of you, Tarush.
You hear that, all? You're not rid of me.
Damn it! Moonbeam.
But
Give me 5 minutes.
but Edge, this little fucker right over here is going to go ahead and try to unalive you. So the first attack is going to come in at a 23 to hit. Hits. Second action, you are officially grabbed, and then he is also going to try and disembowel you. With the third is only going to be an 18 to hit. All right. So with that, you do get grabbed, pushed to the ground a little bit, take a total of 12 points of damage. But that is all that the owlbear can muster right now in the heat of the moment, as we turn to Olaf.
I am equally angry.
I am going to moonbeam the one that is disemboweling my
It's the
fam.
last one, so.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do it on Tarouche. No, I love you. Kinda not. Maybe. Who knows? Ooh, that's a 20. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Confirm.
Yeah. No, and it's a really
okay.
pretty natural
so
20.
pretty.
There's like pink and shit in there.
It's been fact-checked.
It does.
Yeah, that didn't really
Beautiful.
hit the mark. Here, let me
Yeah,
help
no, I can't see the cameras, so I'm just like,
Yeah, it's
you. Now
not...
you can.
Hey, forever.
Lower, more to your right.
I swear it's pretty.
Well,
Really. Look. Oh,
We'll post some pics on Instagram.
Yeah.
after the
way
show.
prettier in person, like all of us.
Yeah. No, only get worse.
No.
You could have just taken the compliment, Vincent. You could have.
10 is 15.
15 points of damage.
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
I want to. Wait, if I moonbeam off his head, would that go to Evan? Would that count?
Technically.
I think we will still take it.
In the words of the great Dark Lord of the Sith, no disintegrations.
Yeah. no.
Okay, but what if?
You're the only one who
Yeah, you're
understands
the
that
only one.
reference,
Yeah.
nerd.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
So I will give you this. You've talked to the hermit Evan that you found on the way. That was basically just scavenging what these owlbears left behind. If you want to take the head with you, you can. Like, it's not like if you are going to decapitate this owlbear that you have to give the head to the hermits.
No, I
be
just
honest,
want
I-
to
To
really
be honest,
bad.
I
can.
think that we will still take the head back to Farwater.
Do you wanna?
I want to. Okay, no. Then I want to try and go around the owlbear, not the head, so that's on the body, but the wings come off.
All right. So it doesn't
So I
have
want to-
wings. It has like
Arms?
like arms, like the front arms.
That's good enough.
Yeah?
Just want to go around and then both arms just fall
All
off.
right. So
That's for Evan.
you push up your staff towards the sky, and once again call down Saloon's radiant glow of moonlight, and as this satellite beam carves a like circle into the ground, the owlbear like looks to the left, looks to the right. Both his front arms fall off, and then he just like gives up and falls to the ground.
Guess I'll die.
Dead and defeated.
It's a flesh wound.
All right. And with that,
But-
I believe
Does that mean that Saloon just got my fight?
caught your vibe.
Yeah, that I wanted to help Evan, and then Saloon was like, "Oh yeah, I guess."
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if the owlbear is, dead and away from Toulouse, I am going to wait. You have the staff of healing, right?
Yeah. So
No,
right
no,
now.
no, that's Turush.
He has himself.
You have it.
Yeah. So right now we can say that heaving and hoeing, you take a good look. You look up at your monkey familiar in the trees to make sure that no other owlbears are coming. He shakes his head no. And it seems that this combat has officially concluded. Some wounds are there, but as you take a look at each other, no one is in the immediate vicinity of death.
Right. Then I'm gonna look at Crowan to see if he's taken his earmuffs off, and if he has, I'm just gonna scream, "Tourouche needs you!"
Check, do your thing. He's very nice in the name.
Thanks for
Oh,
the help. Yeah, I will administer some treatments.
I'm gonna go to Edge and see. I see they got a couple of chomps off you.
Chomps. I'm good. Fine.
You sure you don't want to be? It only take 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes.
next 10 minutes, we could have new owlbears upon us.
Speak up.
We have to wait. We have to wait here anyway because those courses need to
Alright,
be picked up.
fine, I sit down.
I don't think
and
we can expect more owlbears.
and I make a little whistling noise to get Nox to come and give me some scritches.
From the one branch to another, to another, to another, to whee! A little bit too far of a leap of faith because he missed you and he really wants to be with you. Like the weight of a small monkey. Oh, sorry.
I would have
yeah.
caught him.
The weight of a small monkey, like on your arm, but he's there again. Like, and the scratches are all there.
I need to check real quick. But I think you at least have 8 hit points back. Sorry, that's a bit less. But if we wait an hour, it could be double.
No, 8 is fine. Like, I was at 40 out of 61, so I'm pretty good now.
Oh.
All right.
Harry Potter is not nerdy.
It's not just Harry Potter.
So, as you
Why
guys,
are you being so mean today, Charlie?
I was just looking at you.
like, no offense, but you have been ripping on Tarusha and Charlie for the entire session.
He started it. He always starts it.
And this week's special.
I was unconscious for 3 rounds of insults.
Hey, at least you're still gonna be semi-unconscious while I'm away from you, so you will never ever find out that I helped you.
If correction, you get 16 hit points back. Because my ability doesn't only just work on me, it works on anyone I heal. So it's always a critical success.
Cool. Then I'm basically almost back.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That's nice. And you have to roll as well for Tarusha, I think, right?
I do.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Woo! All right. So with that, I think. Well, you need. to,
Oh, and we have-
go ahead and,
we- We do have time. D8?
48.
48. even.
Do you want some?
I'll just roll 1 multiple times.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
7. 8 would be 15. Would be 20. 21 points. of,
21 points of healing back to Tarush.
21?
Yeah.
All right. So then we will say, as you heave and hoe for a moment, the adrenaline subsides and you begin to lick and bandage your wounds. You take a look at 4 almost intact owlbear carcasses at the ready to be delivered to your airship, in which payment will be received by all of you. So with that, as you take a look up across the path towards where you believe the owlbear matron could be, is there anything else you would like to do before we end the session?
I wanna take because I killed one of them, right?
You killed.
Yeah. I wanna take just 1 feather off the one that I killed and put it in my backpack.
Very well. Take a nice little trophy.
If there are some limbs that are like not totally off, but maybe almost entirely, can I just like, kick it
I
a
think
couple
this
of times?
one had an arm that was
Yeah, it was
mostly
damaged, but
You could.
I
you
just
could.
want to as soon as possible without anyone important seeing it. I'm a
Oh,
cat. I can do it with my feet claw.
You.
Using your toes, kind of
Sure.
like.
So while you have dismembered 2 arms of one owlbear and are busy with the last one, next week we will figure out what actually you wish to do with all of these owlbear arms.
Small question. They need to be picked up, those corpses, right?
They need to be picked up.
So someone needs to cast the fireworks spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
could
like
just ignite
the-
some fireworks.
Yeah, but like the logistics and the airship actually getting here is already 10 o'clock. So if we are going
Yeah.
to start more things, then
No, that's it.
so
I mean,
I'm
just like
I
fireworks,
cast
before they get there, it's-
fireworks and they will come and get stuff.
well right
next
here. You
time.
are in the middle of the forest. They can't pick them up here. So like I said, this will
Oh,
be
yeah.
this will be
Oh, I have more time to like
yeah.
rip things up. Oh.
Like I said, this will.
Big things that we rip off, we're still gonna take with us.
Yeah, but like beaks.
Yeah, but like a beak or a nail or something, that's you can have
Ah.
that. But like a whole arm,
All
we're
of
gonna
this-
still gonna take with us.
All of this will take time. We'll take discussion. And we'll be done so next week.
The daddy have spoken.
How many trees do we need to remove to get the airship in?
I'm not gonna do that. Work,
Maybe
man.
ask
Figure that out next week.
I want it now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, we're here next week again, the one after that, and the one
As you
after
heard.
that, etc., etc., etc.
Wait, but
For the ones
you're
that are
not
still
gonna be
just
here next week.
please. Oh my God. We are gonna go now. Goodbye.
Hey, so about those trees, what if we just start a forest fire?